let's say hello. Change over. Why you not change? Go. Hello, Rem.
Hello, I've been summoned. Hello.
You have been summoned. You're ready. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing fine. So, let's jump straight into it.
Yeah.
Who on earth is Remtherat?
I have no idea. Hello. I am Remy. I am older than people think I am. And I just, I've been playing Minecraft. I'm a Minecraft veteran. Actually, I qualify for a veteran's discount. I've been playing since the game was released all those years ago. And I guess I'm relatively new to Twitch. Before I started streaming, I didn't really know what was what. But yeah, that's Remtherat, I guess. She's random.
Did you say veteran?
Yes.
So, when you got into Minecraft, when you first played Minecraft, what were the blocks that you were able to use?
Oh, bro, you're asking to... I don't even remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. Let's see, we had some...
When I played Minecraft, you were only able to place down grass and
wood.
Cobblestone.
No wood.
This was when it was a download from a forum. So,
the true veteran is in the house.
I was gonna say, if you want to talk veteran, you gotta go a few back. That's fine. So but yeah, how long you been playing Minecraft?
So I've been playing Minecraft for, I guess, a little bit shorter than that. But I don't really remember. It's kind of weird. Don't really remember a time without Minecraft, if that makes sense. It sounds very oh, it is my life, my whole being. But every computer I've ever had before I downloaded any sort of major software, I would download Google Chrome or whatever major browser I was using, and then Minecraft, and then that would be that.
Did you ever use Excel? Did you ever use Excel, please? Not Excel,
yes.
Sorry. God damn it, not Excel. What's it called? Internet Explorer.
Unfortunately, yes. It did keep me in the past for a good amount of time, but luckily Google Chrome came to save the day.
It's just bloatware, literally.
Yeah. I'm having a little funny feeling right now. My lunch is coming back up.
Oh god. So right. So you said that you're relatively new to the Twitch scene. How new is that?
I started streaming. I guess I'm not that new anymore. I feel like time is such a weird concept at the moment with the current state of the world. But I started first week of July. That was my first stream. And before then, I had no idea what Twitch even looked like, the interface, what my channel should look like, my about section. So when I came on here, I was just so overwhelmed with literally everything. And I've just been learning as I've been going, and I am still learning. I certainly have yet to master everything. I'm also incredibly inept technology-wise, so this has been quite the challenge to actually learn how, stream software works and just the whole shebang. Yeah.
Honestly, you and me both.
Yep.
I'm still to this day learning on how to do bits. I've recently moved over from Streamlabs to
OBS.
Not just OBS. What's it called? Stream Elements OBS. Because there's a slight difference, and the difference is huge to the point of where I got in here the first time and I looked at it. I was like, I recognized the start streaming button,
and that's it.
That's it. It was literally it.
It's way less user friendly. It is night and day.
But I think that the difference between the two is choosing between an Android and an Apple. Now,
yes,
hear me out.
Absolutely.
Hear me out, because some people in chat might get a little bit triggered. But oh god. So Apple has been renowned for having a very good user interface that is easy to follow, that anyone can just pick it up and just go with it. Now, Windows or Android has been renowned for having a lot more customability, all that shebang. This software is Android, Streamlabs OBS is Apple, in my opinion.
I completely agree. That's a very good way of putting it, because I've tried to compare the two on my own stream and try to articulate it as best as I can without even knowing what I'm really talking about, but that's a very good way of putting it.
Quite
It's like, it's
literally.
very user friendly, it looks very pretty, but in the grand scheme of things, functionality wise, OBS is just like the Stream Elements OBS Studio is just like so much better.
Different league. Yeah.
Yes, different league for sure. May not be as pretty or as user friendly, but it is worth getting to know.
Yeah, when you want to really get into the actual nitty gritty of, I want to move that from there just a little bit to there, but I want it to explode. Ta-da!
Yep.
Quite literally.
Exactly.
So did you start on Streamlabs or did you start on OBS?
So I started on Streamlabs, and I used it actually for a while, but then I live in a house with 7 people right now. My internet is on its last leg. It is really like being stretched very thin. So I thought a lot of my issues streaming wise, I thought a lot of my issues streaming wise came from Streamlabs. And I guess just how, I don't know, maybe something with my computer or something. And then I switched on over, and I just feel like it was like, first of all, I felt so much more professional. I felt like I actually had to like learn how to use things and kind of understand what they meant. Because yeah, Streamlabs makes it really, really easy. They have labels on every single button that you're maybe going to press, maybe not going to press. It's very easy to, branch into. But I think OBS has kind of helped me become a little bit less technologically inept and understand things better rather than just click things. But yeah, I definitely did start it out, but I'm now using OBS Studio, which I thoroughly enjoy.
You thoroughly enjoy it?
Yeah, I do actually. I think first of all, I like how it looks, because Streamlabs, I know it's customizable, your dashboard, but I like how you can edit your title, your category. It's all I feel like it's very out in the open, very easy to see visually, especially because like when you're streaming, you have so many things going on. You have, multiple monitors, you have to worry about your lighting and everything. So having, kind of the aesthetic of OBS Studio, which I guess caters more towards my liking, makes it a little bit eeasier to kind of condense it all without it being too clustery. So that was pretty nice.
I fully agree. Like, one of my friends, also a streamer and also part of the co-founder of the Pandemic Pro, Jets Official, started using it first, and he showed his screen to me whilst we were just in a Discord chat, and he just literally popped out his stream chat, and I was like, yo, what is that? Like, how are you doing that? Because I'm having to open his stream on like a mod view on a different like a web browser and get it up on a different screen to get that up, and then he's just like, bam, done right there. I'm like,
I did that by accident last night, and I was proud of myself but also very confused.
Oh no, I broke it.
And I was like, oh shit, no.
Yeah, literally, because it only stays connected for like 30 days, and then once it didn't actually work, and I was like, no,
oh, no.
Don't break on me.
Please, anything but that.
Quite literally, it was quite scary, but
yeah.
So obviously you've moved from Streamlabs to Stream OBS, whatever. But the real question is, what made you press that go live button or start streaming button the very first time?
Yeah, so I was actually planning on starting to stream since I think February, and it was just because my brother told me I'd be great at it. I just graduated from college this past year, in May, and so I had my brother telling me he think I'd be good at it. I had my friends, my boyfriend telling me that they all think that, I could, maybe do something with this. It's a good hobby, help build some confidence, all that good stuff. But then, the Corona boy hit, and I graduated college, so I no longer had schoolwork to keep me occupied. I lost my internship/job offer, which was mighty dandy. I just have like all this free time, and I was freaking, let me tell you, I was hovering over the start stream button for like 10 minutes before I actually pressed it because I was shitting myself. I was so scared. A little backstory. I got into college as a theater major, so I'm familiar with being on stage. The thing though is that I stopped being a theater major one semester in because I'm terribly petrified of people watching me, and I have the worst stage fright. So I left theater school, and I was just like, theater wasn't my thing, but maybe, just maybe, having one lens instead of multiple pairs of eyes watching me might be a little bit more my style. So that's definitely something that pushed me to it. Also, just like my brother literally being like, press the frickin' button already. Like, what are you waiting for? So yeah, I'm really freaking proud of myself. That was something that I was really nervous to do. I used to be a very shy person, but now I've certainly seen myself growing confidence-wise, both on the internet and off because of streaming. So I'm very thankful.
It does very much push you to like interact with other people.
Absolutely.
Because when I first started streaming so I can show off a town I was working on with Jets Official, who's just popped up in chat.
Hi, Jets.
And I was like, because every build that we was doing was just getting progressively better and better and better, and I was just progressively getting more hyped to the point of where we built this, like, I can't remember what it was. It's like a big townish area, and with every build I was like, yo, this is sick, I want to show people. And then he was like, well, why don't you stream it? And then I was like, how? And then he showed me.
How does one do that?
Literally. And then I just did it, and that was the reason I started. The reason why I stayed has changed, because I used to think it's because well, it's changed a few times actually, because I then thought, well, why am I still doing this? And then I was like, there's actually a few people that I quite like that they can pop up in chat, and just I like having the conversation. But it's since changed again, so it's now no longer only because of the actual like social aspect of just speaking to essentially random sorry, I just read a comment random people on the internet. It's now more a case of, how can I change these people's view on just life in general? And
I like that.
How, like, I did my episode 2 was with oh god, what's his name, Nitro, and his end goal, he doesn't really have an end goal. He just wants to help people wherever he can, and that really kind of like spoke to me in a way, because I was like, why don't I want to do that? And I was like, well, I kind of do want to do that, like, but how? And then I'm still trying to work that out now.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that this sit down with streamers can help some people see whether it's a good idea, a bad idea, or what kind of idea it is for them to start doing it, because there's a lot more that happens behind the scenes than just us pressing start.
Absolutely. It is so much more investing work. There's so much energy, there's so much time, there's so much, like, I stay up at night just like because I have a trillion ideas running through my mind at once of like, what can I improve, what can I change, like how can I make everyone feel more included than they already are, like all this stuff. And I love what you said about like helping people with their outlook on life and like helping just them feel a little bit better, because I didn't really realize the effect that, you know, me playing video games and, you know, making a fool out of myself in my bot gameplay, like how that would translate to other people. I honestly just did it because I was bored, lonely, you know, just trying to have a good time, fill my time. And then I realized I actually got the sweetest message from one of my viewers the other day, who it made me tear up, and it was them telling me that like I've helped them through their mental illness and they are no longer suicidal, and that alone was just like, this is why I'm doing this. Like, I don't care about the head. Yeah. Literally, I don't care about the money or the numbers. I've never cared about any of that. The fact that I'm able to connect to people who are going through, and like everyone's going through a really rough time right now, especially because of the state of the world. Everyone's a little extra lonely, everyone's a little extra anxious, everyone's worried about their health, their family, whatever it may be. So I think fostering a community and a safe space where people can kind of have a break from the world and just take a minute to, relax, vibe out, have a drink, chat with some friends. I think that is so incredibly important, especially because my audience in particular is a little bit on the young side. And it genuinely breaks my heart when I hear, these teenagers going through all this mental health struggle and all of this, body image issues. Social media is so incredibly toxic, which is something that I was so nervous about coming to Twitch. I was just like, people are going to rip me apart. They're going to do all this, this, and this. But something that I found is I feel like Twitch is kind of like that secret little part of the internet, like a secret little corner where all the genuine people are. Of course, there's the trolls. You're never going to escape trolls. There's always someone who thrives off of, being that kid. But I think as a general rule, I've never met a more wholesome group of, essentially strangers in my entire life who have this ability to come together and become this very wholesome community, with just like the goal of making each other happy and giving each other company. And I think that is the reason that I am still doing streaming today. And that is the reason that I want to continue to stream as long as I possibly can.
There's a thing that you just said that I think will probably put a smile on your face, but the reason why I found I would carry on watching a streamer isn't because I like the game they're playing. It isn't because I like the style that they run their setup in. It isn't because of the pretty colors. It's because I see parts of myself in them, or I see parts that I'd like to be in them.
Yeah.
So essentially, when you press that go live button and someone comes in and they stay, you're finding another person that either wants to think like you or already thinks like you. So it's more of a reflection on your own character.
Absolutely.
As to how your chat goes.
Absolutely.
See, now, mine, it goes from one high to a low, and then it pretty much described me entirely, because I can go from being a very nice guy to being that.
Don't mess with me.
Yeah. Well, not really along that line. I'm just a fluffy guy, but yeah, and I fully agree with you on that one, and it is in my opinion a platform where so far I haven't seen anyone that has been particularly malicious to the point of where I was like, nah, I ain't about that. It's been just different people in general, but talking about people and that kind of audience in general, did you watch any streamers before you started streaming?
So I had no idea what Twitch even was when I started streaming. So when I quite literally say I came into this blind, like I had zero idea what a stream looked like, what an about page looked like, any of the aesthetics of the profile, how a chat even functioned. I, a couple months ago, learned the difference between bits and like, I didn't know I didn't know anything. And so I started watching Pokimane, of course. People that I've often been called the Walmart version of Pokimane, and I'm like, wow, that's so nice, thank you, I appreciate that. She's like so cute. I will gladly take that and run. But I think just Lulu Lovely as well. She was another streamer that I watched just to get going and just to kind of see, what was up. And I often get the question, like, who are my favorite streamers to watch? And I always say it's my friends, because I never really started out watching big streamers, only to really, get the feel of what Twitch and a stream should look like. But then I like what you said, you see a part of yourself or like a reflection of yourself through the chat and through the streamer. It's like that sort of like symbiotic relationship that thrives really well. And I think that's the reason why my friends are genuinely my favorite types of streamers, because they're my friends and I've never met them in real life, just like their viewers probably haven't, but there's that connection, and there's there's the banter, there's the laughs, just that kind of energy is very contagious. And I feel like that's just like the epitome of Twitch, having that sort of energy to,
Chat
whatever
energy.
you come to Twitch for, to distract you from your day, to fill your life with entertainment, like whatever it may be. I think that is just the reason why. So no, I never really watched streamers, but now I do, and they're the people that I often associate with.
Yeah, I can't really comment on this myself because I was literally the same, to the point of where some of the chat might know SGT411 is one of the members of One More Block Season 1. He was saying to me, so who's your favourite streamer? And I'm like, me? And then,
honestly, good answer.
And then he said, oh, what about like XQC and the rest of them? I was like, who that? Like, I didn't actually know. And he's just listing off like the top 20 people, and I was like, I genuinely don't know. So after that, I felt like,
these people?
I feel a little bit guilty being on here, not knowing who the ones that are the top, essentially. And I had a little sift through all of them, and just seeing the difference between what I've got and what they've got kind of made me go, oh, I'm a little bitch. Like, that is, they are leaps and bounds. Like, they've got more people in their chat than I've got in my town. Like, just ridiculous and numbers, and just the quality. Some have good quality, some don't, but I quickly realised that it isn't about what they're doing whatsoever. People don't go there for the game.
It's about how they're doing it.
They go there for the person, and that's when what I did changed ever so slightly. But going from that, what is something that you started off doing when you were streaming, and you were doing it, you're perfectly comfortable with it, but you thought one day, I'm gonna do a massive change here, and it's made no difference whatsoever?
I feel like I'm always running through ideas in my head as to what I can change. I tried initially to branch out. I was a strict Minecraft survival world player. Let me tell you, it took me 2 months to get to the end because, I would get so into chatting with people that I would just be punching dirt. I love mining. I think it is so relaxing and calming, and I would just kind of do what I would normally do when I'm just goofing off or just wasting time on the game. But I feel like I tried to be a little bit more serious into the game, and it made absolutely no difference. Like, whether or not I'm actually serious with the game or just goofing off, I feel like people just do not care. They're just kind of there to watch me either, be a noob or, succeed. Either way, I'm here for it as well. I just think it's, as long as you're having fun with it, people can realize that. And whether you're having fun taking it seriously or goofing off, that is completely your own discretion. And for me, like my chat knows me, they know me. I'm goofy, I say weird things sometimes. I'm a little bit scatterbrained. I kind of just word vomit and just go completely tangentially on different topics within one fell breath. But yeah, I feel like I tried to change my approach to the gameplay, and it just made no difference whatsoever, and that's fine because either way I had fun with it.
100%. I've one of the changes that I made is that I decided to change up the whole look of my stream, and I bought one of those packages that has like all the rest of the bits, and I was like, yeah, it looks so good, it looks professional, yeah, it's great. And then like I went live, and then everyone was like, it looks cool. That's it. And then I realized at that point that it really doesn't matter.
It really doesn't
matter. As
matter.
long as you're happy with it, people are going to be happy with it, because if you're happy, they're happy. If you're sad, they're sad.
And they can always tell, no matter how hard you try to hide it, your chat knows you better than you think. So just
Exactly.
A lot of people ask me, like, what is the biggest advice you would give to someone? And just the second it stops being fun, maybe take a step back and reevaluate things, because this is supposed to be fun, and this is supposed to be a reflection of who you are as a person. And if you're not having fun doing it, and you're spending all this time and energy trying to please other people, just, maybe just take a step back and turn off the view count, turn off, whatever you need to turn off analytically to get back into the because at the bottom line is that this is just supposed to be a fun platform to play games and chat and hang out. It should never be, obviously, if this is a full-time job, it certainly to a certain degree is about numbers, but when you're starting out especially, and I would consider myself a very small streamer still, like I've never really, when I say I don't care about numbers, I genuinely do not care about numbers. Because the second you start getting into your head, like we were saying before, social media is so incredibly toxic and ruins the mind because it's all a numbers game now. And I think people just kind of need to realize that we're all here to have fun. And if you're not having fun, take a step back and reapproach it when you're ready to just be yourself again. I don't know.
100%. I can fully agree with that. There's something that Tag Productions said in the first episode of this that kind of stuck with me, and I keep bringing it up because I feel like it genuinely matters a lot. But he was originally on YouTube, and then he made us move to Twitch because he liked the whole live complex of it, and his Twitch is it's a big thing, and it could very well grow depending on how they do certain things. But that's another topic for another discussion. But he said that he had a meetup with one of the people that he followed, that he was watching, he subscribed to, and he met them in London, in Trafalgar Square, whatever he met them, and he said that it was incredibly refreshing to see that the person that was standing in front of me was the same person that I saw in the video. And from that I took, be you. Like, don't try and be someone else. Like, if you're a speedrunner in Minecraft, don't start acting like Dream. No, just be you, and then take the technical aspects that Dream uses and do a weird fusion. But don't try to be Dream, because you are going to be the best version of you. Agreed, like, I can 100%. Pretend to be you, but I'm never going to be you. That's what I took from that, and that's why I may put a very slight censor on the things that come out of my mouth because of the platform, but I'm still just as weird in real life as I am here. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more in real life because I'm just in general weird. But hey, don't try and be someone else. Don't play a character. And if you are playing a character, make it aware. Make it so that people can tell this isn't the person that I should see in real life.
I kind of like to think of it as like, people always ask me relationship advice, I guess because I've been in, a relationship for a couple years. And I like to compare Twitch kind of to a relationship, because essentially you are forming a relationship and a bond and a community with your chat. And so if you off the bat are going into that relationship foundationally with some sort of facade or some sort of mask that isn't you entirely, and it is not, genuine and authentic, I think people will be able to tell very, very quickly. Just like in a relationship, after a week or so, people are going to realize that you are just conforming to what you want, what you think that they want you to be, if that makes sense.
100%. Yeah. True words. True words right there. You've basically just described, if you play a character on Twitch or YouTube or whatever platform you're going to stream on, right? If you live in a honeymoon period of getting to know someone, once you step outside of there, that's when things go ugly and relationships start to break down. And that's how you're going to break up with all your viewers. You do not want to break up with your viewers, I promise you that. No, nobody wants to do that. No, everyone's been there. Like, the type of crying.
Breakups are messy, all right?
Right, the type of crying where you have to take a break between each word, that kind of crying.
A little bit of dry heaving in there as well.
Oh, we've all been there. If you haven't been there, then
you will
boy, you're got
in
a
for
real
a
rough ride. Oh god. How has your setup changed? Like, what have you?
Oh my gosh, my setup has changed exponentially. I was waiting to start streaming for my college graduation gift. My parents were gracious enough to get me a pre-built PC, which was just kind of what I needed to get going. I had a monitor. The computer also came with a keyboard and a mouse, but I was just missing a webcam. So I went into the kitchen drawer and I found this unidentifiable Microsoft webcam that literally only said Microsoft on it. No SKU number, no serial number, no model number, just Microsoft. The quality was that of a potato, and I freaking ran with it until I got my first Twitch paycheck. And I always say that my Twitch money goes back into my Twitch, because if I'm gonna get money from this, then I'm gonna do my damn best to improve it, because I'm a perfectionist and I will never settle. And so I'm always thinking of updating my art. I'm always thinking of updating my camera quality, my microphone quality. I have now 2 ring lights. I am still using a old TV that I found in my garage as my second monitor. I now have a Razer keyboard, and I'm on my 3rd webcam right now. I've just been like, I'm always looking at stuff to improve, not just for like name brand sake. I don't really care about name brand, just quality. I think people kind of need to step out of the, like, you need a full Razer setup in order to be successful. You absolutely do not. This microphone is from Amazon. My best friend gave it to me for my birthday. I don't know really the model number or anything about it. I don't need to, because it works and it sounds good. And that's all that matters. And I will not be changing it anytime soon. So I think it's just like, I'm always ready to, you know, change things up. I can't really do much here because I am in my childhood home. I'm in quarantine, but once I move back to New York City, which is where I call home, I will be reinventing my setup once again with the Twitch funds that I've been saving. So I think switching up my Twitch setup is something that I'm always so excited about. I'm actually talking to an artist right now who is, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's some new stuff coming that I'm really excited about. And also, I think it's important on the artistic front. I'm not necessarily the best artist out there. I am proud to admit that. I'm not great at drawing. I do not know how to animate or illustrate for the life of me, but I think it's so important to support independent artists and small creators out there. So I have been more than willing and so fortunate that I've been able to research people and work with them. And I think that's really important. So my Twitch setup has changed astronomically, as well as like my location. I used to stream in my bedroom, but my bedroom is a dead zone. There's no Wi-Fi, there's no cell service. I cannot even sit in my bed and go on my phone. So I had to move downstairs, and now I am in what would be my parents' office, but I have completely taken it over as my own.
I can fully agree with like 100% of what you said, because my setup has changed. Like recently I had a fundraiser for my birthday where if it got reached I would have had to shave my head, but luckily it didn't. But I used some of that money to buy myself a new case for my computer so that it can get better airflow. And it's a chonky boy. It's so big. I didn't actually know they were going to make them this big, but I could genuinely put my whole old PC with the case inside of it, and it would still work. And no joke, honestly, it's ridiculous. But there's that. The lights that I'm using, no joke, you know those strip LED lights, like those ones there, right? What it is, it's just a square pipe that I cut in half and then just stuck loads and loads of lines of LED lights, and then, well, it needed a diffuser, so I stuck toilet paper over the front of it, and that's my light.
Yes, you did, and it works, and it looks excellent.
I mean, look, this is it off. It works. It works
100%.
Like quite literally.
Yeah.
And
you really, it just goes to show that you do not need like to invest like everything into your setup. If you have, you know, you can make with what you would consider the bare bones, you can make something extremely great. My mic is supposed to clamp to my desk, but this desk is way too chonky. So I have 3 of my old like middle school yearbooks hanging off the desk, being balanced underneath a monitor, hanging off the table, and that is what is clamped onto my mic. That is how my mic is standing right now. And you know what? It's ratchet and it works. And
big brain move.
Huge brain.
Oh my god. Yeah, like literally another one of those things that is like 100% DIY. The light above me is actually a camping light that is being hung on a phone mount that is literally attached to like my little thing here, and that light there is literally a camping light. It's meant to be solar powered, but I've just plugged it into the wall with literally this wire. Like, there's so many things that you can do that are just small changes.
You can finesse your setup with things that you have laying around your house. And it just takes a little bit of creativity to do it. But anyone can do it, honestly.
Quite literally. And there is actually one thing, because I've had a chat with Rem before this, people, and I asked, what is that in the background of her stream? She said, oh, it's one of these lights. So I didn't actually buy one of those. I found a light bulb around my house that does that, but I'll turn it on. It's ridiculous. Right, give me a second. It just looks like a disco.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It looks like I'm ready to have like a rave in here.
I love it. And you know what the thing is, when I was first starting out, the thing that people would comment on, obviously you cannot see my lights that well right now because it is 4 p.m. in the States right now, in my part of the States. But the first thing people would comment on is the lights. And these were lights that I bought on Amazon because I was freshly in quarantine. This was in March when I first started quarantining in my childhood home, and I was like, I need to jazz up my room a little bit. So I bought that, and I was like, you know what? This would look spicy in the background of a stream. And you know what? It works beautifully. Everyone loves a good party light. Everyone loves a good party light.
Sorry, it's just I've never heard anything to be described, anything visually to be described as spicy.
Oh, we got spicy, we got zesty. Oof. For days.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. Oh fuck. Oh my god, but yeah, literally all of this is just some weird ass bulb that just spins. It is bad, like.
And goddamn does it work. It looks awesome.
It's I don't know, there's one thing that I've always I've thought about doing, which is that Logic has just put it in chat actually. I was gonna think about getting one of those plugs that you can connect it to like an Alexa or whatever. You can connect your stream to that plug so that party lights turn on when you get like a follower or someone donates or a cheers or biddies or whatever.
Yeah, remember how I said I learned something new every day? You just blew my mind. Seriously. Whoa, I'm gonna go get my Alexa after this is over and try some stuff out.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you have like one of those smart plugs, you can connect it to this. Like 100%, and it is mad. Like
that's
even
so cool.
For example, you see those panels there. Those ones there don't actually really do much, but I have put some panels. They do look cool. That is part of the background. But I've actually put some on my walls, and acoustically, I personally can actually hear a difference. Hence why you probably hear an ever so slight echo in your microphone.
Yes. Well, let me explain the echo. I could even give you a little show. I am in a 20-foot tall room.
Oh god.
That used to house multiple books and such. Yeah, the ceilings are mad high. It is like, I feel like I'm in like an echo tunnel.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, it is. And so everyone always comments on the echo, and they're like, why don't you put sound stuff to absorb the sound? And I'm like, I would need $1 trillion to fill this whole room with all of the buffering for the sound.
Quite literally. One thing that is actually a cheap fix, a cheap, okay-ish fix, is curtains. Like, they would literally absorb quite a bit of the sound, and you could even have white curtains in the back of your stream if you'd like to maintain the whole pretty lights behind you.
Oh, so pretty.
So
yeah,
that would work.
See, you're already improving my stream already.
Hey, you got to think outside the box for these things. You got to think outside the box. Like my friend was saying, like he's a sound engineer himself, and he said, "Why don't you just get some, God, what are they called? Like hooks that you can attach to your ceiling, and then, as stupid as it sounds, just hang a few pillows to the top of your ceiling." I was like, "Why on earth would you possibly want to hang pillows? Like, what is this kind of mad house you're trying to run here?" And it says,
interesting interior design.
Right. And he said, "Well, you laugh, but that dead space is where all the sound is going to go. So if it's going to hit something like a pillow, which is soft, it's going to absorb it."
Well, I actually used to put a lot of pillows on the floor, and then I ran out of pillows. So I did my best with that.
Life hack, people, don't put pillows on the floor. They're called rugs or carpet. Big brain, big brain.
Huge brain, mega brain.
Oh God. But what's a small change that you've made that has made a world of difference? For example, with me, it's been this light above me. Let me show you the difference.
Yeah.
That's it off.
Yeah.
I just blend and I look like, I don't know, kind of like a game character. But a second, I'll turn this on.
Yeah, you definitely blend more into the background with it off. I love how it highlights, because it highlights your back as well, which I think backlight is something a lot of people forget about.
Exactly.
That's really important.
Like you can see more shoulders. Yeah, you can see like the hair and all the rest of it. So if I change my hair color, people will be able to see or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, massive difference. Such a tiny little thing, just a tiny little light I had laying around.
Yeah.
And yes, that's because Jets recommended it to me.
Thank you, Jets.
Jedi saying put a rug on the ceiling. We laugh, but that people do that.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
It's certainly an idea. Just legit. I am 5'2". I do not see myself being able to do any of that safely.
Yeah, no, those ceilings actually do look humongously tall. I'm a massive fan of high ceilings.
They are unnecessary. I will do my best though, Jedi. I'll let you know. If you don't hear back from me, you know that it ended tragically. Very tragically. But I think, let me think of a change. Honestly, I think outside of my aesthetic, I think a change that I made to my actual stream that made a difference is, remember how I said that I was really, really shy and streaming kind of gave me this newfound confidence that I was lacking before. And I sing. I'm not terrible, not the best, but I sing and I have fun doing it. And I never sang in front of my family. I never sang in front of my boyfriend, my friends. I would always just kind of sing to myself. And then about like 2 months into streaming, I finally sang a song and everyone was so supportive over it. And singing has just become like a norm on my channel now. And I think that small change has given people a new way of bonding with me and a way for me to also bond with them over music, because I think music in itself is such a powerful tool. And you know, the DMCA, thank you, no more copyrighted music. But I think being able to sing songs with people and jam out with people to some royalty-free tunes outside of karaoke is a really cool way. And I think it's kind of just accessed this newfound connection with my audience and my community members that I think I was lacking before. Not necessarily lacking because I didn't know I was missing it, but it certainly has unlocked a new level of connectivity, which I think is so freaking cool. So I guess,
100%, yeah,
like aesthetic changes are huge also. Like I think if I'm gonna talk aesthetics, my logo, I got a little logo because I thought it would be cute to have like, you know, my name in a cute font and little animation on the screen. And people adored it the second that it went up. And I think that visually has been a change that has made a difference, because it's like, yeah, this is Remtherat's territory. A lot of people are confused over my name. For some reason, I thought it would be a little bit easier to get, but I guess not. But I think that's even helped people understand like why I am Remtherat of all names. But yeah, I think small changes like that branch way past just like what people can see and more like what people can participate in. I think that's really, really important. So singing is like, you know, a huge way to connect with people.
Yeah, I can fully agree with you on that one, because I personally, apart from when I'm sleeping, I've always got some sort of music playing. What genre of music? I'm not really much of a genre kind of guy. I'm more of a
transcend genres.
Not quite. I'm more, well, maybe, I'm not sure, but if it's got a followable beat and rhythm, and I can understand what they're saying, I'll jam to it.
Hell yeah, I like that.
At the same time, I have been known to listen to a few screaming tracks and a few, like, for example, I've listened to some rap songs, like some Spanish rap songs. I have got no clue what they're talking about, but the beat in the background is fire. Like, literally. So for me, it is literally, it all depends on just how it makes me feel, rather than what's going on. And just like you said, a new way of connecting with people, that literally goes back to, if you enjoy it, they enjoy it. If they connect, you connect. Like, there's one thing with me and songs. I have specific songs that if I listen to them, they will take me back to a particular place and time in my life that I remember exactly what I was doing. Like, I've got a song that God, what was it? I think it was Linkin Park in the end.
Oh my God.
That song,
iconic
whenever
song.
I was listening to that on a mini CD, like the tiny ones, on a mini CD player, whilst I was in, I think I might have been like 10 or 11, maybe even 12. I was scratching a Superman logo on a wood desk because I got beaten up at school that day. But I was also doing my science homework at the time, and I was stuck on a question. That right there, just from a song.
Oh, that's hell yeah.
Like, do you have any of those songs?
Yeah, I was doing Twitch Sings about like a month and a half ago, and actually Dango raided me, and this was like, I was like in the middle of a jam. It's like so weird when someone raids you and you're like in the middle of something, especially when you can't like say anything. And the song that I was singing was Avril Lavigne, Complicated.
Oh, yo.
And everyone came in and was just like, what? Like, this is it. Like, this is content. And we were all just so angsty together. And we were all talking about, like, I think I was 7 or 8 when I was really, really, really into Avril. And that just brought me back. And it made me feel like an angsty little kid again. And everyone, it was contagious. The chat was feeling it too. We were on like an angst roll. It was awesome. That's definitely a song that takes me back to waiting 100%. Outside for my parents to pick me up from school in the 2nd and 3rd grade. That is when we would jam to that song on our iPod. I think it was our iPod minis or Nanos. Oh my God.
Is that the one, the clippy ones?
Oh, these are the ones with the buttons, not even touch screen yet.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Wait, you were talking about the ones that were like literally tiny, tiny, tiny. It only had the ring and then a dot in the middle. Didn't even have a screen or anything. Yep. Yo, mad old vibes. Mad old vibes. Did you ever have... That is a relic. Literally, did you ever have the USB MP3 players that look like they're about this long? Did you ever have those?
Are you talking about hit clips?
I don't know. I don't know if there's like a. Oh right, hold on. I'm gonna need to find a photo and send it to you. It was amazing back in the day.
Oh, I have to see this. Do you remember there were these things called hit clips? I don't know if they were just an American thing, but they it was like this tiny, 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 probably like 1-inch cube, little device, and you have like a keychain full of songs, and they're little chips that you snap into the hit clip that has built in, not even a like removable headphones. They were built-in headphones, and so that's how you jam. You take out a song and replace it every single time you want to play a song. Hold on. Oh my gosh,
Wow.
these are incredibly similar to what I was just describing.
Yeah, literally that. That was so bad.
Oh my gosh, this is a relic, and it's on eBay. Oh my goodness. So what would you do? Would you buy the music, or let's be real, you use LimeWire? I know you did.
I didn't use LimeWire. No.
No way.
No. Like, okay, so I may or can or cannot confirm or deny that I might have might not have transferred the audio files from YouTube into an MP3 file with
but
a
that is up in
converter.
Speculation, neither confirm nor deny. Yes.
This is hypothetically speaking what happened.
Okay.
Oh my god, we never had them over here. I'm just seeing that.
These were like godsend. We loved these. I
It looks
remember
like a Tamagotchi.
the Backstreet. It does look like a Tamagotchi. I remember having the Backstreet Boys. I remember having Britney, and I remember having Avril, and that's all I needed.
Oh my god, like mad old school vibes. Mad old school vibes. Right. Oh god, that has fully thrown me off the like where I was gonna go with.
I know, right? We're in like a nostalgia fest right now.
Right, hold on. Where's my sticky notes? Do you use sticky notes on your computer?
Oh, I love sticky notes. Oh, I like physical sticky notes more than on the computer.
Really? I find it. I'm basically doing everything apart from writing lyrics on the computer. But
what kind of lyrics are you writing?
So on the 30th of September, a certain follower of mine called Paul, let's call him Paul, he made a diss track for me because I called him out on his bluff, and I didn't think he would actually make it, and he actually did. And well, he made it, and I played it on stream, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to reply now. And then I learned just how hard it is to write lyrics.
Oh, it is difficult. It is so hard.
Write a song as well, like make the actual song. Oh. So yeah.
Oh, but I'm excited to hear it.
It's still very much work in progress. It is very hard.
I will be waiting.
Yeah, I might, depending on how it goes. I'm not gonna play it on here. I might just put it in a Discord afterwards.
I like that. All right.
Either way, it's fire. What he wrote, what I've wrote isn't finished, so we'll see what that happens. Okay, sticky notes. Right. Yes. So the reason why you started streaming, I'm assuming, has changed for you in the time that you've been streaming. So if I would have asked you the same question back then, what would be your answer in comparison to the same question now?
So back then, I'd be like, yeah, I just graduated into the worst job market ever, and I have so much time on my hands, and all I'm doing is playing video games. Why not make some friends who also play those same games and chat it up? Compared to now, which is like, I'm passionate about this, and I think this is a really cool outlet for me to be creative. And the community, I adore the community that I've cultivated so much because it is so incredibly diverse and so welcoming to so many different types of people, no matter, race, age, gender identity, no matter where you come from, there is always a place for you in the community. And that just means the world to me, because I think look, the world is not, especially the internet, is not the most welcoming place sometimes. And I think it's important to have those little places like, you know, my channel or your channel that just lets people hang out and just be themselves and feel comfortable, whether that's chatting it up or lurking. Lurkers are very important too. Some people are not inclined to chat it up. Some people are very shy, a little bit more reserved, and don't necessarily feel the need to participate verbally when they can just, you know, participate by being there. And that's also fine. So I think back then it's because I was lonely, sad, and unemployed, but now it's because I'm happy. I have made so many connections with so many people, and all I want to do is continue to make people feel welcome and comfortable and happy, because that's what they've done for me. And so at the very least, I hope that I can do that for them.
I think there was one I've literally just thought about it as you were talking about it, but I don't know if anyone else has said it, but I'm just going to say this is the very first time this was ever said in the history of man and the humans and the humans on this earth.
Human.
But it doesn't matter what race, color, shape, language, you're still the same font on Twitch.
Hell yeah.
So everyone loves, what is that? I think it's just Ariel. So everyone's just Ariel. It doesn't matter where you're from.
You can choose a fun color if you so wish.
Exactly. We're all just humans with the same font. Doesn't matter, because behind that keyboard is still a human. So it don't matter. It
does not matter. And I think especially, I do not get political on my stream, and I certainly do not want to get political now. I just want to say, given the state of the United States over the past couple years, whether it be by leadership or just by like societal issues and things that have come up, I think people are especially vulnerable and especially worried about where they fit in the world. And I think that makes this Twitch platform that much more important, to ensure no one should ever feel uncomfortable in their own home, in their own skin, in the place that they call home, ever. And the fact that that's happening is so upsetting to me, that all I want to do is make a safe space for people. And I think that obviously my mind is running with things that I can continue to do to make that more accessible to people. But I think as a general rule, that is why I get on stream every time that I do, because I feel the same way. Like I said, I'm quarantining in my childhood home, and I'm 22 years old, and like I was living in New York City. I went from complete like living on my own, like full confidence, like walking around New York City like I'm a badass, to being in my childhood bedroom again in the matter of like minutes. And so for me, at least, I feel a little bit uncomfortable here, just because I feel like this used to be my space, but the person I was when I was in high school and who I left compared to who I am now is so completely different that I just no longer feel 100% comfortable here. So for me to be able to come online and jam out and make jokes and make a complete fool out of myself, that's me reestablishing my comfort. And I think, you know, like what you said, what you see on screen, people connect to, and that's why people are in the chat. That's why people are lurking. And I think, you know, people who are watching just want to feel comfortable and have fun, and that's all I want to do as well. So that's the whole reason I do what I do, and I'm so thankful that I'm able to.
I think it's a very similar feeling to, like, I'm not sure if you're guilty of this yourself. I 100% am of this, but did you ever play Sims?
Oh my gosh, I never played Sims, and I get judged so much because of it. Okay, I always wanted to.
I feel there's a sudden rush for me to just press that end stream button right now.
End the Discord call.
But there is. Let's just use Minecraft, okay? So, do you ever have them times where you're sitting in your room and you get on a game and you're like, right, I'm gonna tidy up everything in here, everything's gonna be nice and organized. You really put your whole mind and effort and soul into organizing, tidying, and making pretty of what's in the game, yet in the reality of what's behind you is the opposite of that. And it's the feeling of being able to disconnect from what's behind you in real life and what's around you to what is in the game. Absolutely. I feel is a very similar thing to what people come to Twitch for.
It's escapism. It is escapism for means of comfort and stability and just general well-being, and I think that's completely fine. That's a big reason why people seek out video games, and like, whether it be, pretending that you're a badass in Call of Duty or you are a master redstone engineer in Minecraft. I think escapism
I mean, you can't
is
pretend to
really
do that.
important. No, yes, you can pretend. But I think Minecraft and COD make it that much easier. But I completely agree. It's like an escapism aspect that I think we could all use, especially in these trying times.
100%. And it's always nice to just get online and just be able to essentially turn off your real life and then just escape into. You can become anything that you want to be on the internet. You can go from being someone that works in a trash retail job. You can learn everything online, and you can become, well, essentially a rocket engineer. Like, all the resources are there. If you want, you can stop tidying your room in real life and tidy your Minecraft house chests if you really want to. The idea is there's always somewhere else you can be, as long as you're making yourself happy.
Else you can be as well.
Exactly. So there's always a nice escape for people.
Yeah, you a little hungry? Go grab a Minecraft pork chop. Don't worry about it.
Right. Obviously, if you're hungry in real life, go get some nom noms.
Like, go eat something, but also
like
escapism,
But I have got a question regarding food, in this case drink, that I think is very important.
Yes. Is this what you were referencing prior?
It is, yes. Do you drink carbonated sugary drinks?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Is this your own concoction?
No, it's not. No, nothing to do with that. I just need your personal opinion on this.
Okay.
Do you think glass bottled Coca-Cola is better than every other Coca-Cola?
Absolutely. Tastes better in a glass. It is more chilled. It is just, maybe it's the power of suggestion. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Look at you out of the Coca-Cola fridge. You're winning at life, sir.
I literally saw it earlier in the shop.
I know that's refreshing as hell.
Literally, it is so cold, and when I saw it in the store, and it kind of just went.
Sponsor us. We love you. Thank you.
I literally.
Please and thanks.
Oh god, I saw it, I picked it up, I was like, you're gonna get it. I came home, turned the stream on, tidied my room quickly. And literally, oh god, it is the one. But
wait, now that we're on the topic of beverages though, because there is an iconic beverage that I also feature on my stream. Are you familiar with Capri Suns?
Before you fully go into that subject, I suggest that everyone in chat, including yourself, has a little stretch, a little drink of something. Just get up and walk around, because we're going to have a small intermission, a little 10-minute break, and then we'll be right back, because we also need a little break. Yes, because I've been sitting on my leg now, and my leg is pretty much dead, so I need to get up and move it around. So everyone go get yourself a snack and drink. Awesome. Right, we'll be right back in 10-ish minutes.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Okay.
Hey, yo, people. We got 6 paws.
We have 6 paws. Oh yes.
So introduce the 6 pawed.
This beautiful beast right here. Her name is Shayna. She is my pride and joy. She is 8 years young, and she is a sassy lady, and I love her dearly.
Sassy lady, oh my god.
She's sassy. She gets it from her mama.
Oh, brilliant. What makes her sassy?
She's a low tolerance for the bullshit. She does what she wants, and I respect her for that.
I do well. I don't need no trainer.
I don't need no trainer. I'm a strong, independent, fluffy baby.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, sorry guys, we tried to throw you off with these 2 meaty paws right here, but I guess it didn't work.
Oh my god. Right, let's see, where was we?
We were talking, you pitched me your beverage of choice, and I was going to say my stream beverage that my viewers know I adore is strawberry kiwi Capri Sun. And honestly, a forgotten beverage, like, deserves more hype, very underrated. Terrible nutrition facts, do not read them, but excellent flavor. And that's all that matters. Life's too short to worry about your nutrition facts.
Like, I wish that they actually did like a 2-liter bottle of those drinks.
Yep.
Oh my god. Amazing.
Okay, Capri Sun. I'm sorry, Jess.
Yes.
I'm very sorry.
Capri, not Capri.
I'm so
God.
sorry. How
What's
dare
what's that car? Which says it's a something Capri. Is it a Toyota Capri or something? I can't remember.
I don't know.
That's the only one that you can say Capri.
Or like if you're talking about the type of pant like capris.
Wait, what?
There's a type of pant called a capri pant.
What are those?
Kind of like, they're like shorter pants. The capris.
So shorts.
No. Longer.
3/4?
Sure. Yeah, 3/4.
The Karen pants. Oh my god.
Yes, trousers called. Yes. Okay. Fine. Trousers.
The Karen pants. That's killed me, yo. Oh my god, that's brilliant.
Good job, Mike. You got him.
Oh,
so
but
sassy right now. Ooh.
Ooh.
Hey, bitch. Okay. I'll put you down. Go do your thing. Bye.
Oh my god. But talking about Karens and people that are just pains.
Oh my gosh.
Now, here's the one question that I'm going to ask for you not to mention any names, okay?
Yes.
I don't want to start no beef in here, but obviously, when you become a streamer, when you start to do online content, when you start to do just in general anything to do on the internet, including more people in your streams is always 99% of the time a good idea, because people bounce off of each other with ideas. It just goes a lot smoother. The same as streamers use their chat, YouTubers use their collaborators to create better content. But there's always that side of working with other people that doesn't always work out. So going off of that, who have you worked with? Not who. Have you worked with anyone that you've either immediately thought or afterwards thought, oh my god, I do not want to be like that person, I don't want to work with that person anymore. No, that's an example of what I don't want to be. What happened? And what did you take away from that experience?
I think I definitely have yet to confront any Karens or anyone of that nature on Twitch. Luckily, knock on wood, I hope that doesn't happen anytime soon. In my career though, so for a little backstory, I promise, I know the way I present myself is very goofy, not very serious, but I graduated on the dean's list from NYU. I like to think of myself as an intellectual. I've interned every semester of college. I was like fully signed up with a job offer, and then COVID hit. A very, very famous company that I don't really want to dox myself right now, but it's a very well-known company. And at that company, there is certainly, I think there's a lot of there's a big corporate mentality, especially when it comes to entry-level individuals and those that are a little bit higher up. And there's this sense of like, I don't know, there's definitely like a hierarchical mindset that takes over sometimes, especially when it comes to teaming up with a new team with individuals that are of a higher position. And you know, I was working on a project and I was given my tasks. I did them expediently. I did them correctly. I'm a very work-oriented person, very detail-oriented. I am incredibly, you know, I know that when I do something, it is the best of my ability. And so I would be in a situation at work or a certain project where I would present something and they would be like, oh no, but you didn't do this, this, and this. And I'd be like, yes, because I was not given this, this, and this. Would you like me to do that now? And they're like, it should have been done yesterday. And I'm just like, well, I can't. Well, damn, Jackie, I can't read your mind. What? Her name was not Jackie. Her name was not Jackie. That was a. Holy. Ah! 1 second. You're being...
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like we have just come across our very first issue of the Infectious Thoughts, and that is pets are uncontrollable.
My dog just became a Karen in a matter of seconds.
That's the thing. I'm literally just saying, we've just come across our very first issue of Infectious Thoughts, and that is pets are unpredictable.
Yes, incredibly. The thing is, though, I feature my dog on every single stream, and she has never done that.
It's me. It's the beard. That's what it is.
It's the beard. It's the beard. It must be.
It's too impressive, you say so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
But yeah, I think that would be like my experience of a Karen. Just like I've encountered that multiple times, like throughout my career. Just people who kind of like I feel like there's just a little bit less respect given to entry level people, especially in like corporate America, which is unfortunate because you know you're fresh meat, you're fresh in the ringer, you're trying to impress, work your way up, and it's a little bit hard when you encounter Karens like that who, you know, make things a little bit tougher than they need to be, give you a little bit of a harder time, just kind of expect things to be done without telling you. If I could read minds, hell yeah, I'd excel exponentially and I would be the head of every company ever, but god damn it, I cannot, unfortunately. So I think that's just an experience I've had with a Karen. But I'm from Florida, like there's so many Karens here every day in the grocery store. The last week I was at the grocery store and I was in the express line, and the woman in front of me, there was two people in front of me, the woman who was paying and this woman who made a comment. She's like, oh, I thought this was 10 items or less, she has 13. I'm like, oh my god, Karen, get out of here.
Really?
Why are you counting other people's groceries? You suck.
That's not just America, you see. I had exactly the same thing at my local superstore.
Oh yeah, they're great.
It makes for great viewing, but if you're that person that has 11 items, not even joking, a packet of chewing gum that was placed next to the counter, I picked it up, scanned it, and this person behind me was like, that's not 10 items. I'm like,
this isn't any of your business. See, that's the I don't think of myself as a petty person. However, that is the person you cut off in the parking lot on your way out.
Oh no, I stalled my car. Oh no.
I'm so sorry. Apologies. It must be my 11th item. It really offset the weight in my trunk, you know.
The chakra of the world has been offset too much. What shall we do?
Balance. I have to snap.
Are you the yin to my yang? Oh my god. No, honestly, yeah, that's a good thing though. At least you haven't come across anyone that you thought is a bad influence as such in this world that is content creation, whether it be just on Twitch. But
I like to thank myself for that. I hope it does not happen.
I've come across one so far.
Okay.
That I've really thought to myself, like, I am not going to become that person. I am. Yeah. But I've covered that before. I'm not going to get into it now. But there's always the other side of that coin. So who have you worked with, collabed with, played with, that you thought, I want me some of that. I want what that person's got. I want to be more like that person.
That's interesting.
Here is where you can add a name if you'd like.
I feel like, so I haven't done many collabs, if I'm gonna be honest. I've done a lot of group collabs, and I think those moments where I'm like, damn, I want to be like that, or damn, that's a really good idea. Like, could I put my own spin on it? Could I, like, you know, learn to do that in a different way myself? I think whenever I've collabed with a friend, like when you and I have spoken about, like, because like you said, like we were both, when we were started out, we're very technologically inept, and like you have helped me with some of my stream element stuff, like without even knowing it. And so has Luke, and so has Suda, and so has, you know, Aiden in the chat here has helped me as well. I just think that all the friends that I've made are the people that kind of inspire me and help me get inspiration for those types of things. I hope that's not a cop-out answer. I just genuinely, like, when I think of people who I'm just like, damn, like, yeah, I want to do better because of them, or damn, like, I want some of that in my life. Like, I just genuinely think it's, you know, my friends that also stream, because like I watch them the most, so of course I kind of want to like be like them, or, you know, radiate some of the energy that they also put out onto the platform. Yeah, that's just, I've always felt that way.
So what's something that you've essentially copied from another stream that you've adopted for yourself, that you've thought, I like that part of that stream, I'm gonna use that too?
Well, something I'm planning on doing actually is,
I swear to God, if you steal my kitty, I will not be happy.
I'm sorry, I'm not stealing your kitty, I promise. Something that I have been thinking of doing is, on Stream Elements, you can have a new point system just to make things a little bit more interesting in the chat, you know, with gambling and all that stuff. I know Luke has it. I know Dango recently got it. That's something that I have been seeing around, that I surely would love to have in my streams, because I think it just adds to the way to, you know, not even to get chat poppin'. I really don't care if chat's poppin'. In fact, I kind of want it to be on the less poppin' side, because like I said, I'm a scatterbrain and I go tangentially so often that, like, I don't want messages to get lost in chat. So I think it's just another way for people to interact with one another. Almost, I think a little healthy competition is a good thing. So kind of put a little competition out there, who can get the highest on the leaderboard in my little economy that I'm going to create. So. I'm
100% down for healthy competition. That always drives for better results in general. Absolutely. 100%.
Like, I think
I might actually do that myself, actually.
Ranking system in Discord, you know, when you have ranks in the Discord, I think friendly competition is good in the sense of, like, hell yeah, I'm number 2 in this Discord, like, oh yeah, like, I'm ahead of the mods, I'm ahead of all this. But on the flip side of it, I do not want it to only be about the competition aspect, you know? So it definitely has its, like, competition's great, but don't let it dictate the whole reason for all of this, you know?
Like, not just have chat open so that people solely just gamble their points. Yeah, no, I can agree with that. That's actually something I wanted to look into as well, because I've been seeing it a lot recently as well.
Yeah, right? It's just like another fun little customizable thing that I think adds a little bit more personality to the whole channel, and I think that's the more personality that you can add into your stream, the better, because people are there for your personality. So why not just make it as fun and interactive as possible?
Yeah, like I think I've seen something where like there was a streamer that I watched that had like literally along the bottom level of his stream, he had like a boss to one side, and over here was like all like mini characters that were the chat, and the longer they were in chat, the stronger they were, and they could take turns on attacking that boss. Oh god! And he could have like a boss for the whole stream and something like that. And if they defeated the boss by the end of the stream, they would all get like a point increase or something along those lines.
People are so creative. That's
100%. Awesome. I've tried to find that what it is and how to get it because it looks cool. But at the same time, there's part of me that's like, I'm not entirely sure if I'm actually going to have that going, because then it's going to be another thing on top of what I'm doing, sort of thing. So I don't know, I'm a bit of a split decision on that one.
Well, see, also another thing that I've been thinking about is I've been seeing a lot of popular, I look to a lot of popular female, because what you said before about like feeling bad about knowing like the big boys on Twitch, because you know they kind of pave the way for smaller creators, and especially being a female in this platform, you know, getting it's a little scary, and it makes you a little bit more hesitant to be a female in the gaming industry. That's just how it goes. You know, you got hypermasculinity and the misogyny, and you know, so I think Pokimane and Lulu Lovely and like those big female content creators have given me the ability and the confidence to do what I'm doing. And so I often look to them, and something that I've been seeing recently is, you know, sometimes we don't always want to be on camera. Sometimes we're feeling a little icky, or, you know, I don't always look, sometimes my hair is like an afro, and, you know, I don't have any makeup on. I'm always wearing glasses, which is fun. That's my style. But something that I've seen is people put little, what are those, like kind of like VR characters, like from VR chat?
Yeah.
I follow the mouth movement, so it's like your voice is still being heard. It's just instead of being able to see you on camera, you have a little avatar, which I think is genius and adorable. Which is another thing that I would love to do, because it also helps me support a small artist, which I love doing. Which
I'm totally writing this down, by the way, like literally.
100%. I would call it like an avatar, like an AI avatar, VR avatar. I don't even know. So cool.
Avatar.
Avatar, yes, of course. Yeah, they're mad expensive, but I think, like I said, like I always save up my Twitch paychecks, because what I get, I love to put back into the stream. So I think, especially, you know, hopefully I could set a goal, and we could, you know, my chat, if they really want to see it happen as much as I do, that would be pretty awesome. So
just thinking about that, that'd be really cool if you got like a
little avatar.
Yeah, but like an avatar that looks like you, sort of thing. So you're still there, sort of thing. Because like, I've seen all sorts of avatars that I can guarantee do not look like the person in real life.
100%.
But like, I like the idea behind it. I actually really like that. I'm gonna look into that.
100%. Yeah, I actually found a website. I don't have it now, but I will surely send it to you later.
100%.
That stuff is so interesting to me, and I can't believe I didn't like think of that earlier. But now that I've seen it, I'm just like, I want it so bad.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because you're gonna love it. Like, your audience is surely gonna love it, because obviously they're there because they like you and you like them, and all the rest of it. And yeah, definitely. I think that's gonna be a really cool idea.
Yeah.
But going on from finding out about all sorts of things that you've improved upon with your stream in general, what's one thing, or just what do you feel like you're bad at with regards to content creation? And I worded my answer there as best I could, because I'm not just referring to Twitch, whether it be YouTube or Instagram or whatever. What do you feel like you're bad at that you'd like to improve upon?
I think that this is a really good question, because I think that I have a really good ability to learn pretty quickly and adapt to things. Because I mean, the internet is just an endless resource. Like, you could watch 100 hours of YouTube videos on OBS Studio and be an OBS master overnight. I have not done that. Maybe I should. That's for another day.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Nobody got time for that. Maybe I do now because I have literally nothing else going on. I think something that I think less on the creative or actual execution front, something that I'm bad at is I let trolls get to me a little too much. Which it sucks because I never really realized that it would have the effect on me. I could have like 5 people supporting me in chat at once, and then just one asshole who's just being ostentatiously terrible and disrespectful, and then it just kind of like, it really messes with me. And as much as I love to radiate positivity, I'm still human, and like, I hate to say it, but they do get to me still. And I think that's something that I need to work on, because it's something that I'm still relatively new at. I'm getting the courage to make a YouTube channel. I'm really trying to put myself out there. And I think with each step, I get a little bit closer to, getting a little bit thicker skin and dealing with the trolls a little bit better. But I think as of right now, I'm not the best at that. And I think that's something like even on Instagram, like if I get I've gotten some mean DMs about my appearance, and I'm just like, oh man, come on, man. And just like mean comments, just mean-spirited people really do get me down. I guess because
I get that.
And radiate as much positivity and wholesomeness as possible, that it just takes me a little bit by surprise.
Yeah, like definitely, I can definitely relate to some of those, because there are certain times when people come in and then they just start being in general just arseholes, and I'm a little bit like, oh god, that's a little bit.
Yeah.
At what point do you stop looking at it as being you're just a troll in comparison to, is there some truth behind that kind of comment? And learning the line between it's just a troll and that's an actual genuine criticism point, that line is very much blurry as hell, I feel like, to a lot of people, because yes, on camera we might appear as being the best we can possibly be, because I don't know about you, but I want to project an image of myself that is as positive and as human and as good as I would like for people to see in me. Like, I don't really want people to come to the channel and look at me and go, oh, he's broken, look at him. Like, but there's part of me that's like, I feel like sometimes they need to see that, because
it makes you more.
I am possibly worse of a human being than some of the people in chat.
Yeah.
But on screen, I'm going to try my best to be the best version of who I would like to become. And learning the difference between trolls and people that are actually just there attempting to say something. It's hard to word, like, I get what you're saying, and yes, it is definitely something that not just you go through.
And I think that because, like, I'm 22 now, and I think had I approached, the troll situation and that kind of criticism at a younger age, even, before I went to college, and I feel like college was a really transformative time for me. I really understood who I am, and like, it's really formed me into the person I am now. Like, I'm very aware of how I present myself, both physically, emotionally, verbally, I'm not saying I'm perfect, obviously no one is, but every day I get a little bit better at it. I think if I were to have approached it, I just think I have a better grasp of who I am now. And like you said, like, how do you know if there's a little bit of truth to it, as opposed to, are they just trying, give you a hard time? I think now, because I'm just a little bit older and a little bit more wiser, not that much wiser, just a little bit, but enough that I can kind of differentiate when someone's just trying to give me a hard time. Because in real life, I've encountered people like that who are just despicable people who just thrive off of, for some reason, other people's discomfort and stuff like that. I think because I've encountered that in real life and on the internet as well, I think now, like I said, I'm not perfect at dealing with the trolls, but it's given me a little bit more of a foundation to better understand them and move past them.
There's one thing that I've learned very early on with streaming, because I unfortunately did have a few that came in when I was literally like a 10 follower Andy, and pardon me, and yeah. I've learned that at the end of the day, this is my channel. I am God here. So if you want to be mean to me and I don't like it, you're literally 2 clicks away from being permabanned.
Oh yeah, it's a 1-2 step, a nice little jig, you know, easy peasy.
Exactly. There is one thing that I do take pride in, and I take in tremendous pride in it, because to me it was like a yes, god damn it, yes. I managed to turn one of those trolls into an actual return follower and viewer.
Hell yeah!
I actually...
You're magic, what the hell?
Like, I actually was like, alright, tell you what, let's stop the stream. I went to a discussion screen, I was like, tell me your worries. Why do you think I should be this way? I'm here to listen to you. Tell me how I can improve. And I think they were kind of caught by surprise by that, because they were literally like, I can't really hear you well, or something along those lines, or your camera's flickery, and I'm like, how about if I do this? And I changed a few settings, and it was like, yeah, that's a little bit better actually. And then after that, conversation changed. Now don't get me wrong, like you said, there is people out there that are just born to be
malevolent and malicious.
Poo-poo people. Yes.
Poo-poo people.
Bad juju people.
Bad.
Yeah. And yeah, no, that is one thing that I can definitely say to you. Like, remember, Rem, like you are the queen of your channel. If you say nuh-uh, your word is final.
True.
So
I'm the captain.
You are the captain now.
I am exactly the captain now.
Like literally, I've people that are here that are from Rem's chat, right? Rem's channel. I want you people to just, every time someone comes in and starts trolling Rem, just be like, I'm the captain now, and just post that. And then Rem, from you, what I want is you literally go to your just chatting screen, just stare at the camera and go, look at me. Look at me.
I am the captain now.
I am the captain now. And then ban them. That's it. Gone.
I love that.
You can literally have like a compilation of just you saying, look at me. I'm the captain now. And then people getting banned.
Whoa. A troll transition. That'd be nice.
The troll train.
A troll train. I love that.
Oh, brilliant. Right, in the actual God, I don't know how to word this, but in the spirit of moving forward with your career in content creation, where do you see like your channel or your brand or just you on the internet going? Like, do you have an end goal, or do you have a stepping stone that you're gonna get to and then make your mind up after that that you're aiming for? I'm not talking like I want to get to 10,000 viewers. No, I'm talking big.
Yeah.
Hit me with it.
I think so. For me, at least, my situation is a little bit more on the uncertainty path, because, so like I said, unemployed, just graduated college in my childhood home, but any day now, like I have some things lined up that could, fingers crossed, be pretty good. So any day now I can get hired and theoretically just move back to New York almost instantly. So for me, and that would also, introduce a different type of schedule that I would have to work my stream schedule around. It's a little bit hard for me to grasp the longevity aspect of this and like the trajectory of it, because everything could change and it could be completely out of my control. It could all change tomorrow. But in terms of like in a perfect world, I would love to be able to keep the schedule I have now. I love nighttime. I'm kind of a night owl, so that's when I love to play video games and hang out and vibe out. So in a perfect world, I would love to, possess a full-time job and be able to support myself because, like I said, Twitch isn't about, the money or the numbers. Obviously, it would be delightful if this could be my full-time job, but that's not certainly that's a dream, but I wouldn't necessarily say that's an overarching goal of mine. I think just the goal is to continue to cultivate such an inclusive community that, like, I already say my community is like the best on Twitch because it kind of is, but it is so wholesome and welcoming. And I've seriously never met a group of strangers that have been so welcoming to one another. And I think that's something so special that I would just love to continue to grow because everyone deserves a place to feel comfortable and appreciated and heard. And I would just love nothing more than for my community to be that space. So I guess that's my goal. I would love to be able to maintain that, maybe expand a little bit mod wise so that it's a little bit more manageable when I do get a job. But I think, yeah, that's my goal. I just want to make people feel safe and happy because, like I said, my audience is on the younger side, and social media is so toxic. The world's a harsh place. I just want people to be able to take a break from things if they need to, a break from reality, and that's my goal.
So what I get from that is that you essentially want to build a
wholesome empire, yes.
a channel that is a reality break time for people to just relax in and not have toxicity going around them that they can be.
Because essentially that's what I'm here for. I'm here to, I'm going through my own stuff in the real world. My situation isn't perfect. Other people have it better. Other people have it worse than me. Regardless of other people's situation, I know my situation, and I know that when I log on to stream, I'm just there to have a good time. I'm there to forget about, my shitty day. I'm there to hang out, listen to some royalty-free tunes, and and just feel safe and recognized. And I just, like we said, what we're giving out, people are also feeling and giving the same. And I just want to continue that trend and trajectory. Wholesome kitchen, absolutely. Wholesome kitchen. The kitchen is open for everyone.
that's a good outlook. I like that. I like that.
Thank you.
So you said that obviously you started with Minecraft in your channel, but what kind of content do you do now? Like, how have you branched out, or have you just stayed down Minecraft line?
I feel like I've branched out as I've been collabing, with our friends and playing Among Us. Your first game of Among Us was incredible. I'm so happy that I was there for that. That was hilarious. I've been branching out with, I did a charity stream, which is something that I always wanted to do, but never knew how to execute it. I did it during Spooktober, so we did a horror stream. Every scream was money donated. We raised over $1,000 in like 4 hours for charity, which was like the best feeling, not only for myself but also for the community. I think everyone, and it was for a mental health association, which I think is very near and dear to the majority of the community. So I just, stuff like that, just giving back. And something that I do want to work on though, content wise, is interacting more with my followers. An Among Us game with viewers is so fun, but that only has 9 other people in it. And then, what if you have, a few other people in the chat who are a little left out? So I'm trying to, we're implementing some marbles, which is a game that everyone can participate in. You don't have to purchase anything. You do not have to, download any plugins. You literally just do play in the chat, sit back, and let the marbles do their thing. I think there needs to be more games like that implemented into the community because I guess it's a little hard to think of like the privilege side of gaming because no one really realizes that like a $5 game, yeah, it's $5, but for some people, they don't have $5. Or let's say they don't have a credit card. They can't purchase it online. like Among Us, and it's just before all of this I never really thought about the privilege side of gaming and how, you know, not every game is accessible to everyone, especially Minecraft.
Yeah.
Minecraft's pretty expensive.
Oh, like, it's gone up in price. Someone was saying in chat. Yeah, someone was saying in chat the other day, I was like, I can't afford Minecraft. And I was like, well, when I got it was like £10 for me. And like, it's gone up now. It's like, I can't remember how much it was, but yeah 100%.
I look forward to seeing more implemented games. Like Among Us is a huge game and it's $5, and for some people the $5 is still unobtainable, and that's, you know, everyone has their own struggles, but I think that's a huge stepping stone. Like Fall Guys cost money, did it not, or was it free? I do not remember. I think it was
yeah, it did.
But I think Among Us is a really big stepping point to what I want to see more of in the Twitch community, more games that are accessible to everyone that include more people. So I think I would love to see some of that. And the second I do, I would love to implement that. Because I just want to, everyone should feel included. No one should feel like any barriers out of their control, like money or, you know, not having a strong enough PC. Like, I hate that those types of barriers are in the way for some people and it's out of their control. So I do hope to see more accessibility in the gaming community. And I'd love to implement that.
Yeah, no, I'm fully down with that kind of view, because I always think to myself, like, is there a way that I can like actually play with everyone in my chat, and everyone plays the same sort of games that I do, and it's very hard to try and include everyone in a game, and there's very little. There is still options, but there's still very little options that include so many people. That's the thing. Just check your Discord quickly.
Yeah, I was waiting for you because you mentioned season 1 and I was like...
Okay. So would you like for me to announce it as well? Yes? Okay, right. So there is something that kind of goes on from the actual followers joining into a game along with you that I've just messaged Rem about, because Rem, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys and everything in between, I am a member of One More Block Season 1, and I am also a member of One More Block Season 2 that is going to be live January 15th next year. However, on this show, Rem is going to be joining Season 2 of One More Block, and she's going to be one of the other streamers that's going to be new to the One More Block team. She's going to be one of the blockheads, and going along with that huge announcement, a way that you guys and girls can play with us and can be on a game together, is the One More Block community Minecraft server. Because both myself and Rem are going to have access to there, and we will be checking out people's builds, people's shops. We'll be having a look. Either way, if you'd like to find out more about that, I believe it's !community or !IMB in my chat.
Hold up, I got this.
There's a Discord channel. Jets has just posted it in chat. Please go over there, give it a big thumbs up, join it, and I've posted the website and the actual link for it. And yes, so like I've said,
I'm very excited.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. I actually can't wait. Going from season 1 to season 2 with, dare I say, different numbers, because I'm not going to say just how many numbers. A different number of streamers.
We're not going to spoil everything right now. But
we're not going to spoil everything right now, but
I haven't even told my community about it yet. I was being so...
Oh my god! Well, it's an honor to be able to announce it. I believe this is you're the second person that I've actually announced for season 2.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, the other person was Melissa. I was on a stream the other day. She was teaching me how to speedrun. But yeah, so do you have any like big plans in the works, or do you want to keep it on a down low? Or
No, I do some of my best thinking and brainstorming in the shower, and today during my shower before this, I thought of the name of my store. I will say that.
Oh, okay. Oh, so we have a name of a store.
We have a name. All right, I'm telling you right now, it's called Father Foliage. I'm going to be selling foliage.
Father Foliage.
I am the father of foliage.
That's a little bit of a Stanley naming sort of technique there. I like that. And what will you be selling in this store?
Oh, only the best foliage in all of the world. You
my
name
god!
it, we got it. All your foliage needs. Say less. Let's do it.
Do you have any plans for any huge
builds?
Yeah.
Not at the moment. See, the thing is, my building is quite rusty at the moment because I've been doing a lot of... So the last time I did a really, really big build was with my boyfriend. We actually did we are long distance again, but he actually studied abroad last year in the UK, and the way that we stayed in contact was we had a Minecraft realm together, and it is, dare I say, it is incredible. It is seriously, the builds, like the end game status, it is spectacular. Oh no, too much Coca-Cola. It's that glass bottle.
Don't you get me started on my glass bottle. My glass bottle's good, okay?
but I think I'm going to try and channel some of that inspiration build-wise from there to inspire me, because that was like my first big build. So I have to one-up that, obviously. So maybe I'll reach out to Nerp and get some of his inspiration.
What did you build on there? Like, was it like just in general like a town, or just random builds here and there?
Incredible internal base in an ice spikes biome, and we utilized all the large ice spikes and we kind of made them into pods. And the whole base, it was actually a really cool terrain spawn that we had. It wraps around a huge internal area. So the build itself, like, we have the beacons in the middle so that the effects can expand throughout the entire base, which is huge. And so it's just, I will gladly show it to you one day. It is quite the build. I'm very proud of it.
Oh, I mean, have you ever shown it to your stream?
Yeah, so the first time that my boyfriend was on my stream was to tour our old realm, and people were obsessed with it. It is really cool.
Well, I look forward to seeing some huge builds from you.
Yeah, but, I mean, listen, I'm solo now because he is not involved in this, so don't
come in here with excuses.
should be in the middle.
No, don't come here with excuses. No, you've started now. You're gonna have a huge build. I want to see nothing else.
I'll do my best. I will do my best.
Oh god, but I've been asking you questions most of the night. Now, I guarantee you definitely have some sort of questions for me.
Yes.
Or stuff that you've been curious about. Now, within reason, you have no holes barred.
Okay. So first off, I need to know, the people actually would love to know, how long have you been growing out the beard?
Oh god. Funny story. So no. I've been growing a beard since my friend's mum's birthday. My best friend's mum's birthday. Because on that day, that night, the dreadful night that scarred me for part of my life.
No. Is this bringing up trauma? Should we change the subject?
Partial. This is beard, facial hair trauma, right?
Okay.
So,
We're
you're in for the ride now. You've opened the chest. So, I was getting ready to go to this party, and it was quite a while ago, and I was like, right, I need to go have a shower. I'll have a little trim, do my hair all nice, and I'll go out of the shower, dry myself off a bit, and then I heard my phone go off in my room, so I went out the shower, dropped the towel, went to my room. There's no one in my house, so I just kind of ran over there and checked my phone. I was like, whatever, there's nothing important. Came back in. Before I came back in, I was like, oh yeah, I need to trim my beard, sort of thing. So I got my razor, and I was like, oh, it's still got battery, turned it on, whatever. And I was walking, I was like, I need to like do it in the mirror, sort of thing. I was going to tidy up some lines, make it all nice and neat, looking all sexy and all the rest of it. And I step into my bathroom. I forget that my towel is wet. That towel was on the floor. Razor is in the hand. I step forwards. I do the splits like a ballerina. The razor that is on goes catching my chin, this part, and the left side of my mustache, and I literally just cut a line directly through all of it. Aww. And I was then faced with the decision that I had to make, because after sitting on the side of the bath, still butt naked, with a pile of my beard on the floor, haven't even looked in the mirror at this point. I was just literally sitting down. My shoulders were on my knees. I was creating those red dots on them. Like, I was literally just sitting there pondering and screaming at the floor, no, no. And I then stood up and looked to the mirror in front of me, and a tear or two might have been shed, but I was then faced with the choice of the only two styles that I could have, which were strong mutton chops or shave it off. So I had to shave it off, and needless to say, underneath this majestic hairy thing, I look like a like a Michelin mascot. So I am I'm a chunky boy. I'm a chunky face boy, like the unspeakable tragic events. Yes, exactly, no. Jedi. So since then, I actually have to find out the actual exact date, but it has a date and a time, a specific point in, and since then I have not trimmed it.
Oh my goodness! Wow, the splits, the oof, the dread.
Yeah, literally. Oh Lord!
If you tried it, might you make a good Santa? Grimes with good ideas.
Oh
I mean, Christmas is coming.
Winter is coming. Winter is coming.
You know nothing.
But oh God, if I dyed it white, I mean, maybe. I don't. Oh, we'll see. We'll have to see.
Have you dyed your hair before, facial or head?
I've used, I don't know if you know it, it's like a spray. It's kind of like a hairspray, but it dyes it and you can wash it out afterwards. Not like permanently, but maybe. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
We can make that happen.
I mean, you could try.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, we will. I say we, and I hope the chat is with me in this. Now that Grimes said it's happening. It has been
see. Oh God, the memes. Oh my God,
yes.
No. Okay, swiftly moving on.
Swiftly moving on. I guess something that I've been wondering is, where do you, because I often get the question of like, where do I see my stream trajectory? Like you have asked, where do you see, I just like to ask you the same question. Like, where do you see the trajectory of your stream? Where do you see longevity of it? Where do you see, I guess, your stream in, it's hard to say times because
I don't
the timing
put
of the
time
world
frames
right now,
on things. Yeah.
time frames on things, especially right now, are just so, I don't know, they're very
Unpredictable.
and off-putting almost. So where do you see, I guess, in general future sense, where do you see your stream?
Okay, so I'm one for making not necessarily a time frame plan, but I have goals along the way as such. But I feel like if I get to this goal, it's going to be the stepping stone towards my next goal. But it's certainly not going to be something that is going to happen overnight. It very well could, because just like you've said, it's very unpredictable, and just when it comes to content creation and just anything really on the internet, it could blow up overnight.
Yep.
And where do I see myself? I would personally love to be able to do this for a job in a real space that is not my bedroom. In an actual office. Yes, in an actual office. I personally have a summer house in my garden that I have just convinced my parents that I can knock it down and rebuild it, and I can turn that into my workspace.
Wow.
Obviously, that's going to be something that's going to be...
Well, that's a commitment, of course, and that's going to take a little bit, but that's...
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
And that's going to be stage one of doing this for a job. Well, I'll say stage one. It's just going to be the first step, really. But I would like to have this as a permanent, continuous job, and I would like to be able to fund a way for the slightly less, I don't want to say fortunate, that I'd like to a way to be able to help people that can't connect through gaming do just that. And I know that there's already charities for this, and if I could possibly team up with those, I would, or if I have to make my own, I would. But I'd like to be able to connect more people in the world through gaming in a way that is not just like leisurely, but also educationally positive, because there is still, I feel like there is still very much a stigma towards streaming and gaming for a job.
In particular, for sure.
Because I don't know about you, but how did your family handle it when you said, I want a game and video myself and put myself on the internet? Like, well, when you first started, how did you do it? How did they take it?
I feel like I'm really fortunate because I used to be an actress. I got into my college. I had to audition into NYU's drama program. So my whole life, I kind of grew up in front of the camera and on stage and stuff. So I guess just from the get-go, I've been incredibly fortunate, because I know not everyone's parents are supportive in operated endeavors like this. Because it is a lot of energy, it's a lot of money, it is a lot of time that is committed, and also the stigmatization of video games in general. People associate video games with lack of intelligence. People associate it with laziness. There's a lot of stigmas around video games that are very toxic and lead to a lot of, I guess, just bad energy and bad, I guess, just stepping stones towards like trying to make it into more of an educational system. So I'm just fortunate that I was able to have the support that I needed to get going, but I know that that is rare. How did your family?
Yeah. Well, my mum's been more supportive than my dad as of late, because I've very much, like, I've sat down and I've had a chat with her in regards to how this can possibly be a positive thing for me, because she didn't understand that there's a difference between turning my computer on. No, that there's more of a difference in turning my computer on and pressing go live, because a lot of people that haven't started streaming, this is going to be something that if you do choose to do this, you're going to find out very quickly. It's very easy to press start, but it's extremely hard to start up. And I want to explain the difference, because to be successful here, you have to be a sound engineer, a visual engineer, a presenter, an actor,
all the time.
Literally all of those. Like, it doesn't just happen. The amount of time and effort that goes into, like, literally, no joke, no word of a lie. You see that box down there underneath your camera, that chat box that is extra wide, right? To make that chat box work, I've literally, I've spent about 2 hours, genuinely, not even joking, in paint, trying to cut it to make it wider because it wouldn't scale. Then I got angry at it because it just decided to, I pressed the wrong button, it reverted all the settings back to what it was. I then did what every person does when they get angry, and I let out my anger on my desk, and I hit it, and then luckily I can't flip it because, oh lord, that would be expensive, but I hit my desk and I literally put a crack down the middle, so I was like, no. I'm gonna have to go buy a new desk, because I'm currently on an IKEA desk. Like, it is hollow. And just like that, I was explaining to her how it's so many of those things, and especially my first ever Twitch payout, I literally said to her, I was like, look, Mum,
I got something back from
I got this money. And then she was like, but why are people paying you? I was like, I don't know, but look. Like, I still don't know why people come on here and go, here you go, have some gifted subs, here you go, have some tips, have some donations, whatever. Oh, that's actually a very good thing. Don't know what you have them listed as on your channel, but you know, when someone tips you some money, that is a tip, not a donation. Charities can receive donations which are untaxable. However, tips are taxable, and that is what you're receiving.
Got it. Interesting.
So just bear that in mind, and I would change that to tips, if you because they are a taxable income that a lot of people don't seem to understand, that this, regardless of how small you are, this is a job. You have to pay taxes on earnings.
I think what Jedi just said in chat is really interesting. How funny how parents always want to see you can make money out of something to approve of it. I mean, I guess from their perspective, we kind of have to think about how different of a time we live in now than when they were our age or younger or a little bit older. I think it comes with the territory of growing up in an age of technology and being able to have so many more opportunities to create something for yourself, by yourself. And for some people, the validity of it comes from having a certain amount of viewers. For other people, it's making a certain amount of money, for, you know, whatever it may be. And I guess money is a really big motivator for people. And so when you garner that reward, because essentially almost all of us, if not everyone in the entire world, is reward driven to a certain degree. So when it comes to money, that is a very big driver of success and continued effort. So yeah, I don't like, when I got my first payout, I was like, look, this is legit. Like, can I have my own, like, this is gonna work. This is gonna be a cool thing. And, you know, I guess, I don't know. I think that what you said, Jedi, is really interesting. Yeah. That's the thing, then. Time is money.
Yeah, and that's actually another thing. That's how my dad looked at it. He was like, so how much time did you actually put into this? And I'm like, you don't want to know. And then
Please don't ask.
Yeah, and then he said, well, you got to think about it. You like, your time is going to be worth money because you could have been putting that time into learning something new that you could use to better yourself in an actual job. And I was like, wow, let me stop you there when you said actual job, because he's started his own business at the moment, and I immediately said, so hold on a second. So you've just started your own job. How much time did you put into that before you got a paycheck? Oh, you're still doing that, right? So you have to put in more money to make money. You have to put in more effort to have your efforts right. So it works for you, but not for me. No. And then he changed his tone because he was like, oh, actually, hold on. No, you're actually kind of right. So it kind of went on from that, and it was more a case of be cautious with your time, because as much as
don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly, because that's one thing that I said to him that I'm understanding of, because if I'm not limiting myself to this, like I'm putting as much effort into this as I possibly can, but I don't want it to be my only option. Just in case, because there's a certain point where you're going to have to kind of draw the line and say, right, this is not going to go anywhere. I've tried doing X, Y, Z, A, B, C, all the way through to all the letters. If it's just not going to work out, be prepared to move on, but not really take it as a hit. Take it more of a learning experience. Yeah,
absolutely. And because, I think,
go on.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I think that another reason why parents or those that are a little bit older than us have more of an issue grasping how much really goes into this is because all they see is the stream. What they don't see is the engagement with the community outside. What they don't see is the planning and the execution and the trial and error of the aesthetic of the stream, trying to get things working, watching YouTube videos, reading articles on how to get things, programming correctly. Like, I had no idea how to do chat commands, and then there's all this it's very beginners coding kind of, but that in itself was something I had to learn, because like you and I were talking about, we started from square one with little to no technological information and intelligence from the get-go. So I think, slap me, thank you so much.
Like that,
yeah, slap me in the face. But I just think that's why it's so important to show them proof of I always show my parents, I'm like, look what I did in my Discord today. So many people responded to this, or so many people responded to that. And I just think it's important to include them a little bit more outside of the money aspect so that they understand it more, that it's not just the money that shows proof of success.
I feel like the whole money aspect of it is something that the reason why I started with I can make money from this is because I felt like tangibly that's what they would care about. Because if I said to my dad, oh, I've got 100 followers, he'd be like, okay, cool, I don't care, how much money did you make? Whereas if I said to someone new, someone new, someone younger, I was like, oh, by the way, I've got 100 followers, they'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool. There's a disconnect between outreach and financial gain with however old they are, because they don't understand the difference in engagement and financial gain. For them, financial is a good way to step into the door of explaining what we're doing, whereas to someone that's younger, I can be like, oh, by the way, I'm on a platform and I've got 7,000 viewers, and I'd be like, Jesus Christ.
Christ, man.
That's the thing. Even that, explain to your parent. What about your friends? Actually, that's one thing I was going to ask you. Have your friends been supportive? Have some not? Have they helped you? Have they not?
Yeah. Well, see, so when one of my best friends got me this microphone for my birthday because he knew that I was going to start streaming and he wanted me to have, something really nice to start out with. And in the chat, my best friend in real life, Katya, is here, and she's listening along and she's hanging out, and there's been like, my boyfriend is supportive. He pops in. Everyone in my community adores him. He has his own command in chat. It's stuff like that that like made me realize who my real friends are almost, because those that kind of go the extra. I'm not asking my friends to be here 100% of the time. That's impossible. I would never ask that of someone. Like, it's impossible to request someone's 100% time to be there for you on the internet. Like, they have their own stuff going on. But I have friends or people that I thought were friends that have not even mentioned my streaming once. And I've posted it on my social media. I've spoken about it. And it just kind of made me realize, like, who really prioritizes me and my interests, because I am the type of person that is so supportive of other people's endeavors and interests. And, you know, if they want to try something new, I will support them 100%. And I will even do my best, even if I don't understand the industry or the type of, you know, whatever they're working on, I will do my best to aid them if I can. But I think that the people that do show up when they can and, you know, compliment me on it, or like even offer constructive criticism, those are the friends that I've formed stronger bonds with in the quarantine. Because this is my thing right now. This is like my passion project. It's what I have going for me right now. And those that are in support of that are the real people that I need to prioritize in my life, because they prioritize me. And that's like, that's seriously, see, Katya's like, stop, but like, it's the truth. Seriously, like, that means so much more than people realize.
To correct you, it's actually stop.
Stop. Sorry. But yeah, I think it's incredibly supportive to have your family's support, of course, but you know, sometimes your friends get you on a different level than your family, and you also need their support, because it's a different type of support. So, but 100%. How have your friends been with?
Say again?
How have your friends been with supporting?
Some of them have been more supportive than others. Some of them still look at it like, why are you even doing this? You ain't gonna be ninja. And I'm like, here's ninja. But
that's not the goal.
But some of them have been extremely helpful. Like, for example, this whole streaming journey has been started with Jet's Official. We both started streaming at the same time. Now, he is, how do I put this? He's more technologically adept than I am. Therefore, I take great pride in this. I have permanently changed the man's Discord status to Tav support mode off, because he's the one that I call when something's not working.
Of course.
And I've made. Yeah. I'm the type of person that I can make someone put their head in their palms and go, "Oh my god." Oh my
god. I trust you. We are one and the same, my dude. Seriously.
But I've also got this, like, it's both a curse and a blessing at the same time, because I try. You have to admit that I try to do something. I try my absolute best, but when faced with people that know what they're doing and I don't, me trying to do something and asking for help doing that thing normally reverts into, oh, shut up, let me do it. And that it causes a lot of anger.
That's like every conversation with my brother. That is every. He's an electrical engineer, and he is like a computer whiz. Has been since he came out the womb. Like, he just get out of the chair. Let me sit. Let me figure this out for you. Like.
Oh my god! Please do that with the whole smart Alexa bulb, and just have something in the background, please. Just be like, right. So I've started doing this. Right, it's not going to where I want to go. I guarantee it's going. Right, just move out of the way. Come on.
Get out of the way. Let me do this. You're a struggle bus right now.
100%. Like, that's also another thing. Who helps you with some of these things? Is it just your brother, or do you have like part of your community that's like, do this sort of thing?
So in the beginning, before I had a community, it was just my brother. He's the one that helped me, you know, set up all my preferences, set up my desktops and everything, the computer, he helped me pick it out. Like, everything was him. And as I've continued to grow and cultivate people that, you know, understand that I'm not technologically the best at things, they are very eager and very kind and very patient to help out. And they've helped me by, hopping on a Discord call with me, sharing my screen, walking me through things, sending me articles or YouTube videos of people walking through things that I need to understand. Just stuff like that. Even like stream upgrades. Like, I have no idea. People are like, Rem, what are your computer specs? I was like, what does that mean? I have no idea. I have literally no idea. There's a command in my chat that's, please just reference that. Only. Do not ask me anything. They're like, damn, your CPU is dope. And I'm like, no, you're dope. Thanks, friend. I really don't understand it. And to be honest, I haven't really done my best to try to understand it, but that's because my brother's been like, oh no, you're fine. Your computer specs are good for what you need. Like, you're solid right now. And I'm just like, all right, whatever you say, engineer man, hell yeah. He's like,
if it works, it works.
if it broke, don't fix it. And he's my tech support on speed dial. He's obligated to answer me when I need him because he is my brother, and I do not have to pay him for his services. So I think that's a win-win.
It's confirmed here, ladies and gentlemen. Remtherat has an IT slave.
Yes, I do. Yes,
unpaid labor, unpaid.
You know what? I pay him in I don't pay him anything. I tried. I cannot even think.
Tried to get out of that.
I pay him in my presence, in our companionship, as brother and sister. Yes.
I blessed thee with my presence.
You, I crown thee, my number 2.
Oh my god.
But also, just people in my community, my mods have been so helpful. Discord? First of all, I was using browser Discord until last month. I just got the Discord app. And also, I had no idea how to make specific roles. I had no idea how to hide certain chats, make private rooms, all that stuff. And my mods have just been incredibly patient with me while I figured that out, while I've gotten that going. So everyone has just, like I've said, I've encountered so many good seeds on this platform that have been so constructive, so patient, so willing to help, that it really does outweigh all the incel trolls that are just trying to spark something within me.
No, I could definitely agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
I can definitely agree. But it is, it is, it's a case of trying to use everyone's skills and the best that they're what they're good at.
And in doing so, kind of cultivate my own skills. I think it's important to be able to learn how to do this all on my own. Like I was said, I used to work in the news. I used to work for a very, very, there's 3 big networks in the United States. You can guess which one I worked at. You have a 33% chance. But part of that is I studied broadcast journalism in school. And of course, I'm out of work right now. So when streaming was an idea for me, I was like, wait, I cannot work for an established broadcast right now. Why don't I just make my own? And so I'm getting the skills that I need to, let's say in an interview, people are like, so what have you been up to? Goddamn, I've cultivated an audience of 3,500 in a few months, and I've learned to use all these different, tech things, and I'm teaching myself to create something from the ground up that is 100% me. And I think, Twitch isn't something that I would put on my resume because I curse. It's not very professional. This is a very unprofessional side of me. I'm usually a very polished person. I'm always dressed to impress in the workspace. I'm always on my best behavior, no cuss words. And so this is certainly something that I love to bring up in interviews, but having it on my resume, I don't need my old bosses coming into my streams. Absolutely not. They don't need to see me crying as I sink into the void in the end cities. But it is, I have been given some really excellent responses and reactions to the fact that it is so impressive to cultivate and create your own broadcast. That is something that you should be so incredibly proud of, because I am really proud of it. And I don't think I realized how proud I should be of it until very recently. Because it is a lot, like we were saying, it's so much work. You are a human switchboard 24/7. Your internet could go down in a second and you have to jump into action, make sure that you are keeping your audience there, making sure you're keeping them updated. It is a 24-hour job that is for multiple people, but God damn it, are we doing it by ourselves? And I think that's what makes it so much better, and it makes us more well-rounded skill-wise, because we can work under pressure, we can work under unforeseen circumstances, and we can multitask. And those are indispensable tools for any industry that you work in.
I think going on from that, what you've just said, I'm not going to lie, but when you said you wanted to cultivate your own broadcasting, and you said that, you know, you're always dressed to impress and you don't want any of your old bosses or your new bosses getting hold of this platform or this channel. It's in a day and age that we live in now, it is going to be near impossible to guarantee that. So instead of trying to hide away from it, why don't you just have, this is just a suggestion of mine, which just literally just came to me, why don't you just have tech news with Rem?
That's pretty cool.
One small segment, could be very short. I'm talking suit. I'm talking, as you say, dress to impress. No cuss words. One small segment, take a break, done. After that, it's chilled, Rem.
I love that. See, actually, I did, so I think my first or second month of streaming, I did a podcast episode with my friend, and we just talked about like crazy conspiracy theories.
I'm into that.
It was, I used to work in the radio as well, so I'm very comfortable with the podcast setting and how that operates. So that was kind of that was probably one of my favorite streams. Definitely not one of my most successful streams, but then again, I literally do not give a crap. I had so much fun doing it, and some of my chat friends did it as well. And that was kind of like what you just said, like having like a little segment like that deviates from the norm, where you can sit down, be a little bit more professional, a little bit more upfront, a little bit more transparent, outside of, you know, the goofy, crazy, you know, because I am goofy and crazy, but there's also another side of me that is so professional and so the opposite of who I also am. I feel like I have these two different sides to me that both kind of work together, but also completely contrast one another as well. So I think
100%, yeah.
I love that suggestion that you just gave me to kind of try and merge them together in each stream, because I would love to just show everyone entirely who I am, not just goofy, crazy. I would love to show people that I promise I have a college degree. I promise, you know, I'm not, I do come across as very bubbly, a little ditzy, but that's not entirely who I am. Sometimes, for sure, technology, don't know a single thing about it, but there are other things that I'm so well versed in that I would love to introduce to people. So thank you for that suggestion. I think I will.
I mean, that sounds great. Like, honestly, like even myself, like I might be wearing, like in that cupboard there, I literally have 5 suits. Like your boy, like, I'm sorry, but in my opinion,
ready to suit up.
I am literally like a miniature Barney Stinson. Like, I'm ready to suit up and get down, and it will be a legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Like,
of course.
Literally, I'm ready for it. But at the same time, I'm happy to literally put on a mankini and go running through the fields. Like, absolutely. I'm ready for that, and I may have done it before in my life. Can't confirm or deny that.
Yes, of course. Leave it up to imagination. Chat, you can decide.
There might be an image of me in a bikini floating around the internet
Whether
somewhere.
or not you include the image in your head is completely to your own discretion.
Like, I mean, I'm a little bit biased, but your boy does look kind of good in a 2-piece. I'm just saying, like, apparently orange is my color, but anyway, we'll move on from that. But yeah, like literally, it is a case of trying. I do think that would be a good little segment for you to get into. But you mentioned that you were part of some form of radio, or you're familiar with radio, and you're comfortable with the podcast.
Yes.
Go a bit more into that.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm such a I love being busy, and so in college I worked every single semester. Sometimes I did 2 jobs while in school full time, and so I'll just say where I worked. I don't really care. It's on the internet. I used to work at CBS News. I worked there for a year and a half, and I used to work for WCBS Radio. So WCBS 880 is a pretty big channel in the States on the radio box. And yeah, I worked a lot with, I used to do a lot of their sports plays. I used to do a lot of archival pieces, a lot of anniversary things. Like I was there when we were doing the anniversary of the first man on the moon. I was there for the 1969 Mets who won the World Series, their anniversary special. And so I got to work a lot with compiling pieces together because I'm an editor. I've always been an editor, video-wise, but audio was something that it's similar, but it's different because your audio patching has to be a little bit more seamless than like it has to be like perfect almost because you can hear on the radio when things are not put together correctly.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's given me the opportunity to build on my video editing, but also branch into audio editing, which is its own thing, which is really, really cool. And I really did enjoy that. It was also incredibly cringy to work in the radio because recording your own pieces and then having to listen to your voice back is atrocious. Especially in a sound booth where like there's nothing to filter you out. It is just you and your voice. And at least like in a video sense, your face can distract, but just that voice.
Yeah, no, I can fully get down with that because first time I listened to my voice, I was like, who the hell is that? That ain't me. That don't sound like me.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I've just actually realised this is quite literally the longest talk I've ever had in regards to Infectious Thoughts.
Cool.
I mean, I've still got a couple of questions if you want to carry on. But I'll tell you what, let's have another little break because this has been going on for about 2 hours 48 minutes. So let's have a little break again, and then we'll get back into it afterwards.
Sure. I have to do things.
Awesome. Right. See you all back in 10 minutes ish. Bye.
Bye.
we back. How is chat doing? Hope everyone's still sticking around, finding out about who this person is next to me.
Yeah, I have no idea who I am.
No, but that is actually one thing that is very much. We're literally just speaking about this whilst we've been on chat on the VR back screen, but that is very much something that a lot of people can't do, and that is, or don't understand how to do it, and is self-awareness, because you're not always going to be asking yourself what am I doing right, or you're not always going to be able to answer yourself when you're asking yourself that question. I think this is something that a lot of people don't really know how to do, and having to sit down with someone that is doing the same thing that you are is extremely beneficial.
Absolutely. And I think something else really, really beneficial in a way that you can kind of tell that you're doing something right. If you can watch a VOD of your own and you enjoy it, you're doing something right. If you cannot sit through one, it's aside from being unable to like listen to yourself speak or watch yourself do things, I totally understand that. I'm not the biggest fan of watching myself back or listening to myself speak particularly, but I do find my VODs entertaining. And I think if you can come out of your VOD and say that, you're doing something right. And I think that helps you with your own self-awareness, because the VODs are such a good tool to have, because it gives people who miss the stream the opportunity to watch it again. It gives you an option to see what went right and what didn't. And also aesthetically, because like, yeah, you're behind the scenes, like multitasking and working on all your, like, you have all your stream elements going on, your layout and everything, but it's nice to sit back and not have to pay attention to like 8 different things at once and just see it all in front of you. And I think that's really, really helps people become more self-aware of how they portray themselves, especially online towards an audience.
That's actually one thing that's a very, very good point you just brought up, because that is actually how I found out that my stream didn't look as good as I would like for it to look, because I watched it back and I was like, yo, what is all these like Minecraft pixels that is on my face, not the game? And from that I was able to search it up and stuff like that. And even hearing yourself, I know it sounds weird, but you don't sound like yourself from the get-go from the microphone. As much as you'd like to think so, you don't. And learning how to change that is something that you're gonna have to listen to yourself to be able to know that there's an issue there. But that is definitely like a massive hot tip. Listen and watch the video or the stream or the broadcast that you've made, so you can hear it as a viewer would hear it.
Exactly.
So yeah, 100%. That's massive tip.
Watch your VODs, y'all. They're cringy, but watch them.
100%.
Another thing that's a little bit hard to do, but also like your clips are really important too. People clip things that they find incredibly entertaining or funny or just iconic, and those are the little 10 to 40 second blurbs that you really want to pay attention to, because those are the things that jump out to people, so much so that they took the liberty of clipping it. And I think something really, really fun to do, that another thing actually on my list of things that I would love to do for my stream, Luke actually did this and I thought it was brilliant. He did a 4-month summary of his time on Twitch. He went through all of his clips in 4 months and he made a compilation of moments that people like reference as like little inside jokes in the community, or like just like little iconic sayings or happenings, like, you know, a very sad death in Minecraft, that kind of stuff. I also saw someone do I raided someone, and this man was hilarious from the get-go, and I was already hovering over the subscription button to subscribe to him, but then this man whips out a raid video. This man made a raid video, a compilation of his funniest Minecraft moments, to present to raiders who have no idea who he is, just to get a sense of his personality and his channel and like what it is, you know, how lighthearted he is, how funny he is, how much fun they like to have. And I think that is such a genius idea, because it
Oh
gives
my
people
god.
who are just coming in the middle of something the opportunity to see something very brief, very funny, very fast paced, just a really good introduction into who you are as a channel. And I think that's so important, and something that I have been very much wanting to do. Before I remove all of my clips from Twitch with copyrighted music in them, I think I will save them all and make them into a mass compilation.
Yo, that's a really good idea. That's
right.
basically that. Oh, I've already written it down. Don't worry, I've got a sticking pad up. That's basically that. Oh god, it's like an introduction to your stream video. I think you get like 60 seconds of a video.
Another thing.
Yo, I really like that idea.
I will say though, 60 seconds I think is the perfect amount of time, because think of the nature of like social media right now. People's attention spans are shorter now than they have been like ever, because you have social media apps like TikTok where they're abbreviated videos, they're short videos. You have Instagram has stories. They're 10-second stories. They grab your attention. They don't keep you there for too long, but they get the job done. And I think those are really important. It's important to understand the nature of like how our attention spans have changed, because even like think of television. Like people used to sit and wait for TV shows to come out with a new episode every week. And now everything is bingeable because no one has the time to wait around anymore because they're so impatient. So I think keeping that in mind when making those sorts of edits to introduce who you are, you only have people for 60 seconds. So you better cram as much in as you can without making it too much. Just make sure you put your personality in there, some funny moments, like I say what the heck all the time. That's like a huge saying on my channel. So you know I'm gonna be saying what the heck all the time in my introduction video. I already have all these ideas flowing of what I want to do. I burp all the time, probably going to be a little burp as well. You know, just some of that fun stuff that really, I think, epitomizes who you are and what your channel is. I think that's really important. So I think 60 seconds is the perfect amount of time for a raid video or just like an introduction video, because that's how long people are going to sit there for.
Do you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense at the moment, because even for myself, if I look at my watching habits, I make my mind up about a video within a very small amount of time, because I click on it and I'm like, nah, this ain't really for me, or that's a bit interesting. What's that all about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I really like that. There's a lot of good ideas coming out of this. I really like this.
I mean, this is the stuff that I love. This is why I love talking to my friends like you and just like bouncing ideas off of each other. Like this is so nice. And I think
really
that's why
cool.
It's been your longest episode ever, because I'm having a blast.
No, it's just great because you've got a lot of ideas, and I think that's something that people, well, they need to hear it really. But yeah, 100%. This is.
Yeah, I don't think my chat really realizes how many ideas I have like in my smooth brain, that like, yeah, my channel has looked the same for a good amount of time, but that is going to change very, very soon because of the fact that I've been planning things. And I am the type of person that I kind of need to sit with an idea for a little bit and visualize it as best as I can, just so I have an easier time executing it or starting out the execution. So I have a good foundation of where I can start. So like all these, I've had that raid video idea in my head for like a month and a half. And I've just been thinking of all the clips that I would like to include in it. There is 4 months of stuff that I have to go through, which doesn't seem like a lot, but god damn it, it is a lot.
Yeah, literally.
So I think, yeah, I love coming up. I'm always thinking of new ideas to make things more fun and exciting and freshen it up a little bit, you know? Obviously, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but it's nice every once in a while to bring something new to the table. Not necessarily reinvent everything, but some new artwork or some new, you know, little features. I recently added, are you a fan of anime, perchance?
Yes.
Okay, yes. I added recently in the bottom right corner, I have, you can tell what my favorite anime is. I added a little like patty cake of Ed and Al in the bottom corner, and like some people see it, some people don't. And it's like the people that do that say something in the chat, and I'm like, yep. That's what I
Oh
wanted.
my god, yeah, no, I really like that actually.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm allowed to
that.
have it, but
I mean, do it. I like that. I like that idea.
DMCA's like worst enemies. So.
Oh, don't even like it. When I watch, I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but his name's Devin Nash. He's basic. Yeah, he's a guru, and there's a couple of videos I'm going to send to you. They're rather lengthy, however, my god, this guy is he's hard brain with it. Like, he's got so much knowledge in regards to DMCA, Twitch, everything, and he is very much business minded. So bear that in mind. Don't just take his opinion as gospel, but
of course, but it's nice to be educated from these things, not just by reading something. It's nice to have someone explain it to you who like is also within the same kind of industry as you, or like in the same creative sense as you.
Yeah, he's well versed in the things that you're interested in. Yeah, because he explained the whole DMCA thing and how there is actually like there is programs out there that can quite literally DMCA strike and send out the strike within 3 seconds of a copyrighted video.
That makes me upset.
Right, especially when
hang out and vibe to some music. Let a girl live.
And that's the thing, it can happen live. So if you take into account what's the average play time of a song, it's like 3 minutes. So you can literally have it within 369, 3 songs, 3 strikes, permanent strikes on your channel. You can be permabanned from Twitch in 9 minutes. That's a lie, actually. It'll be 6 minutes and 3 seconds.
That is crazy.
So within 6 minutes and 3 seconds.
The thing is, I feel like Twitch could have done a better job explaining it to creators and also making it easier for creators to work around this. They really haven't supplied any sort of resources. Like, a lot of people, so many famous streamers play music. I used to play music all the freaking time. I used to have a big collaborative playlist with my community, and that would be the songs that they hear on stream. And I think Twitch could have supplied so many independent artists to support that would give out the rights for others to use their music. I think that would have been beneficial for smaller creators of all kinds, both musicians and just content creators who want to have music in their content. I think they could have done a better job educating things and making things a little bit easier to understand for those that do not understand the legal side of things or the business side of things that way. Because think about it, there are a lot of streamers who are in high school, who are in middle school, who are young, who are just, having fun on this platform and don't necessarily understand the business side of things because they're a little bit I'm not saying age is an indicator of intelligence at all. I'm just saying I have a little bit easier understanding of business and stuff. Very limited, don't get it twisted. I don't know a lot about business, but I have an easier time learning about it because I've gone through all my years of schooling and I understand how to learn things very quickly. But I think they could have made it easier for all creators to understand. And also, not everyone on Twitch speaks English. And I feel like
100%.
It's a very good way of communicating to non-native English speakers what's going on. I feel like it's very confusing, and it kind of does show the privileged side of the streamverse, because those who are able to access that sort of information about the changing policy and those sorts of resources to replace the music that they've lost that they can no longer listen to on stream. I think that Twitch needs to do a better job helping out creators, because in my 4 short months, I have not seen a lot of support for creators, especially small creators. So, yeah.
No, I fully agree with you on that one. And Devon Nash did speak about that in quite some depth, to the point of where he was so annoyed about the fact that Twitch wasn't actually saying so much about
not being transparent at all.
Yeah, well, it's annoyed him so much to the point of where he's begun compiling a DMCA guideline or a helpline in regards to the actual music that you can stream that is safe, the type of what you should be doing to keep yourself safe from DMCA. And what it actually means. I'll link you his channel afterwards, but he's a streamer on Twitch and he's also on YouTube as well. He is very much, like I've said before, he's a godlike presence in this subject, and he's very much who I actually listen to.
People like him will hopefully help Twitch understand that they can't just tell people what they can't do. Twitch needs to help people understand what they can do.
That's the thing, though. If you look at it from the business point of view, Twitch has got to do nothing. From a common sense point of view, if they help the people that are using their platform's going to stay alive for longer. Therefore, it technically does make sense business-wise to help the people on the platform stay on a platform.
Yes.
But yeah, it is. Yeah, like just like Logic has just said about the donation thing. Like there's so many.
You just explained it to me like an hour ago.
Exactly. Like, there's so many little things that can just nip you in the butt. Like you literally, you're best listening to Devon Ash's explanation, because he's talking about what safe harbor is in regards to business and why Twitch needs to stay in a safe harbor, otherwise it will cease to exist.
Yeah.
And that's also another thing that has been massively worrying me as of late, because
especially with Mixer closing, it makes it a little bit more realistic that could happen.
And also, I'm not sure if you knew about this, but people now can not earn their affiliate status. They can just buy it.
Really? I thought they cracked down. Wait. You mean in terms of buying view bots, or literally buying an affiliate?
Buying the affiliate status on Twitch.
That is absurd, because you know what that does? It makes this an even more privileged system, because you're letting people grind for affiliate. I know people, I got it in a week. I know people that got it in months. I know people that it took a year. And that makes it so unfair. It takes all the hard work that people have put into this and all of the effort and all of the heart, and it renders it obsolete. And I think that's so unfair.
Right, I can agree with you on a certain point of view. However, I've taken myself back and I've looked at it from a different point of view, because yes, it annoys me the fact that people can now just buy their affiliate status and then bam, they're affiliates.
Yeah.
However, you have to think about the fact that they're exchanging money for that affiliate status. They're not exchanging the amount of hours that we've put into becoming who we are. They are not. They're not buying the community that is behind us. They're not buying the connections that we've made through this. They're not buying the lessons that we've made from mistakes, countless mistakes, through countless hours of streaming and content creation. They're not buying the experience.
That's very,
they are doing the equivalent of cheating on a test.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree with that. Yeah, that makes so much sense. I never thought of it that way.
Like, you just... yeah, sure, you got the same mark on a test that I did, but I know how I got those results. Yeah, you don't.
All right.
In a way, it makes me happy, because some people can actually now, when you become an affiliate, you can monetize your channel. You can monetize your channel. All good for you. The bit that I didn't like is the fact that it makes the affiliate status that I currently have as being an unknown now, because not everyone's going to know that I had to learn to it, rather than buying it. And
I think that's what upsets me the most. because people really do work hard. And like, let's say I have a really big, let's say I got rated by someone really big. The first thing I want to do is go find someone super small with 1 viewer and get them affiliate as best as I can with that big raid and help them grow from nothing. I've met so many friends that way. And I think
that's the thing.
because it is the most accomplished feeling, in my opinion. Like, the most accomplished I felt this year was getting affiliate, because I was just like, I did that. I cultivated a little audience, I got some chats going, and I'm really proud of myself because you also need to persevere. It's like, it's the thing that keeps you going. Like, let's say, for instance, you start your first stream, right? You have 1 viewer, maybe, sometimes 0. That's fine. It's your first stream. Like, you should not expect to have views on your first stream. And so I think that buying affiliate takes the perseverance of doing your next stream away altogether. And I think it starts it from a place of thinking about numbers over everything else, if that makes sense. And I think in my opinion, at least, it starts kind of like the toxic mindset of the numbers game, the money game, because it starts out that way, because it starts out with money.
I've got a counter comment to that. Okay. So, yes, I understand that obviously where you come from is going to be a numbers game. There is nothing wrong with having money as being something that you enjoy. It's a valuable thing, and saying that you've earned that money is great. The only thing I would say to rebuttal your comment is that just because they have the ability to make that does not mean that they are going to make that. I think getting those subscriptions and getting those donations come from hard work, regardless of whether you paid for the ability to have those or not having the ability to have those.
I agree with that.
So again, there's upsides and there's downsides, but that's one thing that took me by surprise. And again, Devin Nash came out with it.
I had no idea.
But that's another thing though. The way that Devin Nash looked at it is very black and white, and the way that he looked at it was that it just shows how little Twitch values their affiliates and their monetization on their channel. But that's why I don't always just listen to him. I've also listened to, if you're familiar with Harris Heller,
I am not actually. Do you mind sending me both of them?
Yes, I'm currently using his own stream friendly DMCA free playlist in the background of my streams.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so he's like a great guy. He's got a very different outlook on some things, and I feel like he's a good yin to Devin Nash's yang. Because, again, don't just take your sources from one, because you're going to have a very...
You got to be well versed. You cannot just hear one side and then think it's absolute. That is not the way the world works.
Exactly. And there's also a few moves that Twitch has been making that requires more than one way of looking at it as such. But either way, that is a whole new kind of conversation that we might actually have to have on a different time.
Absolutely. I could go on that for hours.
100%. And that is quite literally the definition of infectious thoughts, because it can literally take you on a whole different path. And this is why I actually really like this. I really like this thing that I've made, that I hope is going to help some people out there and both shed light into who you are and shed light into their content creation.
Absolutely. And I think this is really beneficial for those that are trying to start streaming. I think there's when you're entering a space like this, there's so much stigma, there's so much stimulation, there's so many things going on, and it's just kind of nice to sit down one-on-one or two-on-one with whoever's watching and just chat and just be very clear about things that need to be cleared up, because it is a lot to learn at first. I'm I don't know shit. I just learned you can buy affiliate. I had literally no idea. So like,
literally, yeah.
You learn something new every day. You are not going to come into Twitch knowing everything all at once. That is absurd. That's just not how things work. But I think things like this, like what you're doing, is incredible. And I was so excited when you asked me, because this is, I wish that I would have been able to watch this when I first started, for sure.
Oh, 100%, because it definitely, it changed my outlook on this has been a case of, in the beginning, it's been, yes, come on guys, get into streaming, let's do this together, we can grow high, like, this could be amazing. But now, doing the things I've done, spending the time that I've done, that has changed to, look, it's all good trying to get into streaming. I wish you all the best if you do want to get into it, but there's a big but there, because what you see here takes hours upon hours of work, dedication, planning, execution, learning skills that you never thought you would have learned. Like, you have to know how to be
the amount of all the ideas that I bounced off of you aren't even all the ideas that I have, and I've been thinking of these things for months. Like, seriously, the amount of thought that goes into one stream, one single stream, is crazy. Like, I really don't understand how much effort outside of the however many hours you're live for. Like, there's so much behind the scenes that it's really cool to learn, but it is surely not a small task. I will say that. But it has been nothing short of enjoyable the entire time. Yeah, there's some hardships, but it just makes me more excited to keep learning and growing and getting more comfortable with this stuff.
No, that's definitely something that is going to be something I'd love to get into. And I think for now, this has been a extremely lengthy conversation that we've had, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And I very much thank you for being here. And I love that. No, you're more than welcome. I should be saying thank you to you.
No.
Like, this, honestly, and it's opened my eyes about certain things, and I certainly learned more about you, and I hope you've learned more about me, and I hope chat has learned more about both of us, as well as content creation in general. But I said earlier, this is going to go up on YouTube, and you'll be access to everyone. Currently, not just yet, because I still need to wrap my head around how to edit, because edit is not one of my skills, and yet again,
that's something that you will learn like you have everything else, and then it will eventually become second nature to you, I promise.
Quite literally. And luckily enough, your girl here, I've somehow managed to trap her into helping me, and
the trap card has been played. All right.
She does not have the Uno return card.
I'm fresh out. I use all my no use.
But it is going to be on YouTube, and when it does go live, I'll make sure to post it everywhere so people can have a look at it. But I think for today, for now, for episode 3, we will end things here, and I feel like there might be a part 2 to this, maybe some point in the future. You'll have to stick around and find out. Maybe not.
Next time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah. But today's been very good, and Jet's saying run. Oh god. But yes, it would definitely be something that we'll do in the future.
Absolutely.
And we'll see what happens with the next episode, who it's going to be. That's going to be next to me. We'll see. We'll find out. And but for tonight, for this episode, thank you very much everyone that's tuned in on a Twitch audience. If you don't already follow me, make sure you click that follow button. That way you get notifications when I go live. Currently in chat, I will do a shout out to Remtherat, who's been sitting next to me in this stream. Please go give her a follow. She attempts to sing. She says it's good. We'll see how that is. You'll have to go there to find out.
I mean, he's not wrong. You tell me, guys. You tell me. I got my in a couple songs.
You're gonna have to be the harshest of judges, or the nicest of judges towards her. But either way, you have to go there to see. But for now, for today,
thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun. Thank you to chat for being so nice. And
you're all good.
I look forward to seeing y'all again soon for possible part 2.
100%. 100%. Awesome. Right, let's end the stream here. In fact, before I fully end it, let me have a quick little look at which one of my lists is live and what's happening.
Oh yes, who are we rating? What's been the
lovely chap from Britain that also is one of my friends, and we shall be giving him a raid.
Oh yes.
Some of you may know him. Some of you may not. Either way. Maybe.
Okay.
Either way, we're going to end the stream here and we're going to go raid this person. Please join on raid. You're going to enjoy his content just like you've enjoyed mine, hopefully. But for now, from me and from Ren, peace out.